High School for homecoming 2022. John, Noah, Owen, Taylor, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, it's been so long since we've been together.
3 weeks, I think,
Three
about now.
weeks. I told him almost had to reintroduce myself to him, but glad to have Owen back with us, man. We are glad to be back as a solid crew tonight here at Walnut High School for homecoming festivities 2022. Owen, let's talk about let's talk about Walnut and their opponent tonight, and then we're going to run a few ads here in just a minute, but let's talk about a little football before we get started with those ads.
I think when you come into a game like this, homecoming night, spirits are high, and for this Walnut team, coming off a couple rough weeks of a stretch, had a loss to Biggersville 2 weeks ago, lost to Marshall County last week. So the Wildcats looking to get back on track, and no better time to do it than in division play ball. It's like coaches always told us, when you start division play, the best thing about high school football and high school sports in general is once you hit division, you're 0-0. None of the stuff before matters. So let's see if Walnut tonight can have that mentality, come out, play loose, come play fast, play hard against a Baldwyn team that we know is going to be physical at the point of attack.
Right, and Baldwyn, we'll talk about this later, but it seems like it doesn't matter how good Walnut is or how bad Baldwyn is or how good Baldwyn is. There seems to be that Baldwyn hump that Walnut has not got over in these past few years. So what we're going to do, we're going to hear a word from our sponsors.
I want to say one thing. I was told to announce it, John, before.
Oh, yeah.
Is that we are going to be doing an on-air giveaway tonight. Yes, you heard that right. Free entry, a giveaway tonight. Here is what you need to do, you the viewers. Guess the total number of points scored both teams combined tonight. So Walnut scores 24, Baldwyn scores 21. That's 45 total points. You're going to guess the total points of both teams added up. If you get it exactly right, the first person to guess it wins that amount of money from RCTV 19. So guess in the hundreds, get up there in the points. And you will text your guess to 662-576-1554. Let me say it again. 662-576-1554. You have to have your guess in before the end of the first quarter. We've obviously got homecoming, and we don't kick off till 7:30. We will continue to announce that throughout the night.
Yes, till the end of the first quarter, we will make that announcement. So don't forget, folks. Hey, if somebody out there could win a nice birthday present. Of course, us the staff are not allowed to participate, but you go out there and you guess that, and folks, we'll be glad to treat you to some good hard cash. So, folks, we're going to hear word from our sponsors. Come back with more from TV 19 Sports, your home for Tippah County football, here from Walnut High School, RCTV 19.
This is Public Service Commissioner Brandon Presley, and I'm glad to join you on TV 19 for coverage of our local sports. Coming from a small town, I started out as mayor of Nettleton in my first political job. I understand clearly how important bringing our communities together, sometimes just over a football game, can help make us better as a state and can help make our communities stronger. I hope tonight that your favorite team will win. One of the reasons I've worked hard to bring high-speed internet service to our rural communities is so that you'll be able to sit at home and have coverage of your favorite hometown football team or baseball team straight from the comfort of your chair. One of the reasons that I fought hard for broadband service to get expanded also is to make sure that our rural children, some of whom are going to be playing on the field tonight, have access to world-class education, that our seniors have access to high-quality medical service through telehealth and telemedicine, and that we give our working families in Mississippi a chance to participate in the modern economy. We've got to move Mississippi forward, and we can only do that by bringing our communities together. And like I said, sometimes it's over a football game between rivalries, but when the game's over, we come together. And that's my vision for the state of Mississippi, that we work hard, we play hard, but at the end of the day, we bring people together just like our local sports do. And I appreciate you allowing me to join you tonight on TV 19. Here's the best to your favorite team that'll be playing on the field tonight.
CB&S Bank wishes good luck to Walnut, Faulkner, and Ripley football teams this season. Come see them at 13331 Mississippi 15 in Ripley or at 28171 Mississippi 15 in Walnut. Farrow Ward Ford has been your local source for cars, trucks, and SUVs since 1952. They wish good luck to all our Tippah County teams in the 2022 football season. Stop by and see them in Ripley or call at 662-837-3001. Fiesta Grill sends their best wishes for a great football season for all Tippah County athletes. Check out their buffet and specials every week at 1709 City Avenue North in Ripley.
Since their beginnings in 1935, Ripley Insurance Agency has become a leader in providing quality protection for thousands of individuals and families throughout our region. Their basic belief in providing only the best in coverage and personal service is just one of the many reasons why today, more than ever, people are moving up to the difference of quality insurance protection Ripley Insurance Agency can uniquely provide. At Ripley Insurance, they can assist you with all types of insurance quotes. We take the time to analyze each customer's needs and develop a plan to fit your own specific situation. Give them a call today at 662-837-8874 to discuss your options for your current insurance needs. Eaton Babin Smith are proud supporters of Tippah County sports. Eaton Babin Smith CPAs and advisors have offices in Ripley, New Albany, and Tupelo. Eaton Babin Smith specializes in small business financial services from bookkeeping and QuickBooks assistance to payroll services and tax filings. They have solutions for almost every small business need. They have vast experience in the preparation of financial statements and in the preparation of all types of tax returns for individuals, small business, nonprofits, estates, and trusts. They also can provide business valuation services. Call them at one of their 3 offices and let them help you with your accounting and tax needs.
Great athletes, great teams, great schools. Good luck from Norris Howell, 107 Dumas Road.
Angel Davis and the staff at Silly Sisters wishes Tippah County football teams a winning season. Go check them out for all your gift and monogramming needs at 1326 City Avenue North in Ripley.
We have everything you need. Food Giant, City Avenue North, Ripley.
Shop Easy Supermarket in Walnut wishes good luck to the Walnut Wildcats, the Collegiate Warriors, the Faulkner Eagles, and the Ripley Tigers this football season.
Both Eagles and Tigers run with the big dogs. Good luck from Big M Diesel Express. Wishing the best to all our students.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now join our stadium announcer for the Walnut High School homecoming festivities 2022.
Maquela Mitchell. Alana is the daughter of Bianca Bogan and Antonio Mitchell. She's being escorted by her father. She's a member of the Junior High Lady Wildcat basketball team and an active member of Rock Hill Missionary Baptist Church. Her favorite subject is math, and her favorite teacher is Miss Rain. Alana's future plans involve going to Northeast Mississippi Community College and transferring to Blue Mountain College to earn her BSN. She desires to be a pediatric nurse at Labana. Our 7th grade maid, Miss Alana Venetia Maquela Mitchell. Next to the 8th grade maid, Miss Miley Grace Downs. Miley is the daughter of Lindsay Downs and Jamie Robinson. She's being escorted by her uncle, Brad Montana. Miley is a member of the Beta Club. She also runs cross country, track, plays volleyball, basketball, and tennis. Miley was an all-state member of the 2021 2A state champion cross-country team. After high school, Miley's plan is to attend the University of Mississippi Law School and become a criminal justice lawyer. Your 8th grade maid, Miss Miley Grace Downs. The next homecoming court member is freshman maid Miss Emma Lane Fardash. Emma is the daughter of Christy and Jody Fardash. She's being escorted by her dad. Emma is a member of the Beta Club, DACA, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. She's a cheerleader and a member of the cross country and archery team. Emma was elected freshman class president, and she's also an active member of Bethlehem Baptist Church. Emma plans to attend college to become a pediatric ophthalmologist. This year's freshman maid, Miss Emma Lane Fardash. Next over the field is sophomore maid, Miss Stephanie Gonzalez Torres. Stephanie is the daughter of Giovanna and Valentin Torres. She's being escorted by her father. Stephanie is a member of the Beta Club, the Math and Science team, the archery team, and the North Tippah band. She's also a member of St. James Catholic Church. Stephanie enjoys spending time with her family and friends, going to church, and spending time in prayer with God. In her free time, she enjoys reading and listening to music. Stephanie plans to attend college after she graduates high school. Your sophomore maid for 2022, Ms. Stephanie Gonzalez Torres. This year's junior maid is Miss Mallory Denise Listen. Mallory is the daughter of Tammy and Keith Listen. She's being escorted by her father. Mallory is a member of Beta Club, DECA, the Math and Science team, and the Lady Wildcats Fast Stick softball team. Mallory is also elected junior class reporter this year. She's a member of New Life Church. She enjoys spending time with family and friends and writing in her free time. Mallory plans to attend college and become a physical therapist. This year's junior maid is Mallory Denise Listen. The first of this year's senior maid is Carly Grace Houston. Carly is the daughter of Samantha and Chris Houston. She's being escorted by her father. Carly is a member of the yearbook staff, the Math and Science team, DECA, and the North Tippah band. She was also chosen by her classmates as most dependable, friendliest, and class secretary. She enjoys playing the piano, guitar, singing, and painting. Her future plans include attending Northeast Mississippi Community College and transferring to the University of Mississippi, where she will major in oncology. She hopes to work at St. Hugh Children's Research Hospital. The first of this year's senior maid is Carly Grace Houston. Our second senior maid is Miss Amber Elizabeth Ray. Amber is the daughter of Megan and Jesse Barksdale. She's being escorted by her father. Amber is a member of the yearbook staff, DECA, and a 9-year member of the Beta Club. As Collegiate, she graduated second in her class. She's also worked at Duncan Pharmacy since 2020. Amber was voted wittiest by her classmates in the class of 2023. In her spare time, she enjoys reading, listening to music, and hanging out with her best friend, Maddie. Amber plans to continue her education at Northeast Mississippi Community College, where she wants to major in psychology. She desires to become a psychotherapist and advocate for mental health awareness. Our second senior maid is Amber Elizabeth Ray. The third senior maid this year is Miss Madeline Kate Buchanan. Madeline is the daughter of Jackie and Brad Buchanan. She's being escorted by her father. Madeline is a member of the Senior Beta Club, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, DECA, and the Math and Science Club. She's also a member of the Walnut Lady Wildcats volleyball, cross country, basketball, cheer and dance, track, and tennis teams. Maddie was elected most talented by the senior class. She's also a member of the DC Bucks and Mississippi All-In basketball team. Madeline was the 2022 Tippah County Female Athlete of the Year, Regional Player of the Year for 2A basketball and volleyball, 2022 North-South All-Star Game MVP, and a member of the state champion volleyball and cross-country team. A 4-time All-State cross-country and individual state champion in the 3,200 and 1,600 races in track. Madeline will continue her education at Delta State University on a basketball scholarship. She plans to pursue a double major in psychology and business. Our third CMA, Miss Madeline Peyton. The senior football maid, representative of the class of 2023, is Miss Madison Elise Weeks. Madeline is the daughter of Michael and Jennifer Weeks and the older sibling of Carson. She's being escorted by her father. She's a member of the varsity volleyball team that won the state championship her sophomore year. This past year, she received first team All-Division and first team All-County for volleyball. Madison is also a member of the varsity basketball team and of the Lady Wildcat softball team, for which she was awarded first team All-Division the last 2 years and All-Division Defensive Player of the Year. Madison also played competitive softball for the Impact Dale Premiers. This past year, she was chosen to play in the MAC All-Stars Fast-Pitch game at Jones College. She says this has definitely been the highlight of her high school year. Madeline is a member of the Senior Beta Club, Madison Science Team, and of the DECA chapter of Walnut Attendance Center. This year, Madison was selected among who's who as Miss Walnut High School, most popular and most beautiful. She attends Sladen Baptist Church. Her future plans are to attend Northwest after graduation, to play collegiate softball, and pursue a career as an orthodontist. The Walnut High School football maid for this year, Miss Madison Elise Weeks. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your Walnut High School 2022 homecoming court. Crowning tonight is the 2021 homecoming queen, Miss Mabry Elise Jackson, the daughter of Jeanette and Jim Jackson. Helping with the crowning are Mr. and Miss Kindergarten, Casey Amaya Gibbs and Axel Jude Thorson. Casey is the daughter of Tanisha and Cynthia Gibbs, and she's serving as crown bearer for this evening. Axton is the son of Dina and Jay Thorson, and he will be presenting the homecoming football to the football maids. And ladies and gentlemen, the Walnut High School homecoming queen for 2022 is Miss Polly Grace Johnson. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a little round of applause for these outstanding wonderful young ladies.
We at RCTV would like to congratulate the young ladies that were selected to be on the Walnut homecoming court tonight. And there you have it, the homecoming ceremony before tonight's Walnut Baldwyn division matchup. We're going to kick it back for a couple more sponsors, then we'll be back for our pregame. Talk a little bit more about the Wildcats facing off against Baldwyn, which is slated to kick off in about 15 minutes. So stick around. We'll have another word from our sponsors and back for game time between Walnut and Baldwyn.
Here at Tippah County Hospital, we are more than just a healthcare facility. Your symbol of excellence is here. Tippah County Hospital, Ripley.
Mi Pueblo in Ripley wishes good luck to all of our local teams and athletes this football season. Go see them at 925 City Avenue South in Ripley and check out their new outdoor patio.
Come visit Lois and Kevin at McNeil Agency, 2009 Highway 15 North, Ripley.
First American offers online and mobile banking features to make your banking experience easy and safe. Activate or deactivate your debit card as needed. Attach images to transactions. Set up text alerts to guard against unauthorized spending or to monitor your account balance. Use the P2P feature to safely send money to a friend. We even offer mobile wallet, so you can stay on top of your finances from anywhere. These options and more are available with online or mobile banking. At First American National Bank, you'll get that hometown feel with a high-tech touch.
Mahindra's the official tractor of Tough, right, Chase?
Yep, that's right, Tony.
This baby's got 4,000 pounds of front-end lift capacity, right?
It sure does.
So who's tougher, kid? Me or you?
You are, Tony. Can you put me down now?
What? You want to go higher? Okay.
I said down, you old goat.
I am the goat.
Mahindra, the official tractor of Tough and Stewart Haas Racing.
Come on, Tony, put me down.
Good luck to our teams from Rebel Services LLC, specializing in aviation services, 512-0219. Rebel Services LLC, 5901 Highway 4 West, Ripley.
Ward Engineering, providing engineering and surveying services throughout North Mississippi, proudly supports all Tippah County sports and athletes. Good luck this season from Ward Engineering.
Good luck and do your best. D's Oil, 311 City Avenue South. Our customers come first at First Franklin Financial. That's not just a slogan, it's the way we do business. Since 1941, we've been helping our friends and neighbors in the Southeast with their financial needs. We offer personal loans, bill consolidation loans, and starter loans. So stop by our office today. We're conveniently located at 1703 City Avenue North, or you can give us a call at 512-5808. Apply online at www.oneffc.com. All loans are subject to our liberal credit policy and limitations, if any. First Franklin Financial.
Henderson Pest Control wishes good luck to all our Tippah County teams and athletes this football season. ADF Automotives wishes good luck to Charlie and the Ripley Tigers.
Accidents are catastrophic, what we consider a catastrophic accident. On a catastrophic injury, you're not going to be able to go back to work in a week. You're going to be out of work. You're going to be going to doctor's appointments. You're going to be trying to get back to normal. That's where we come into play. At Mama Justice, you don't just get a law firm, you get a family. We're going to make sure that we represent you and that you get exactly what the law says that you can get.
Ripley House of Flowers says good luck to Tippah County teams this football season. Go see them for all your floral arrangement needs at 1014 City Avenue North in Ripley.
No matter how young you are, if you have loved ones, you need to think about how they would cope financially if anything happened to you. Trust me, there are benefits to getting life insurance when you're still young and healthy. Modern Woodman can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement.
This is Stephen Eaton in the Bellhaven Historic Downtown Corinth. Call me at 287-0113.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
This broadcast of Tippah County Sports is brought to you by Tippah Connect, your home in Tippah County for high-speed internet. Give them a call at 662-587-9055 to get set up with their ultra-high-speed internet today. Ripley Parts Company has been a proud supporter of Tippah County sports for 76 years. Good luck to our local teams and athletes.
Inflation and rising prices keeping you up at night? Ashley Furniture is hiring in Mississippi. We have immediate openings on our manufacturing and warehouse teams, and we want you. Ashley offers great benefits like competitive pay, a steady work schedule, on-the-job training, paid time off, plus medical, dental, vision, 401k, and more. Ready to take the first step into your new career? Apply today at ashley.com/apply now, or visit us at one of our facilities in Ecru, Ripley, Saltillo, or Verona.
Walnut Sporting Goods on Highway 15 in Walnut is your place for all your sporting goods and fishing supply needs. Walnut Sporting Goods owner Tim Watson says, "Go Wildcats."
We welcome you back here on RCTV 19 as Baldwyn gets ready to face off against Walnut. We're about 12 minutes out from that. Peyton Taylor alongside John. And John, excited for this one again. First time we've been back together in a few weeks. You asked me for my thoughts earlier. What's your thoughts for Walnut coming in? Like we said earlier, you're basically starting the season at this point now 0-0, but you've got a Baldwyn team that, quite frankly, just to be blunt, has had your number the past few years.
Yeah, you got to get past that Baldwyn hump. We talked about that in the pregame and before we went to commercial first time. You got to get past that Baldwyn hump. You've got to come out. I think you've got to come out, establish momentum early, keep Baldwyn out of the end zone, and control, keep Baldwyn off the field. Because that Baldwyn offense is taunted. You've seen stats. We've got stats here in front of us. You know, they're no joke.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that Baldwyn doesn't rebuild, they just reload. Every year it seems like they just come back with athletes after athletes after athletes. And, you know, that's something it's very fortunate for Baldwyn. And, you know, I can't fault them for that. But, you know, it's something Walnut just for the past, since they started division play with Baldwyn in division. I don't know. Have they won a game against Baldwyn?
You know, I'd have to go back and check, and I surely will as we get ready to get into our broadcast. But, you know, you look at it, and this is a division that Walnut has made the playoffs in. I feel like since this division has been realigned with East Union and Baldwyn a few years back, Walnut has been in the postseason about every year. Except for last year. But I don't believe, correct me if I'm wrong, they've ever broken through and been a 1 or 2 seed.
No, I think they've been a 2 seed once.
Once a 2
maybe.
seed. But either way, this is a Walnut team that has consistently had trouble getting past Baldwyn and East Union, and this Baldwyn team looks very good. But you look over to East Union, and that team, after losing Colton Plunk last year, is trying to find themselves offensively. Myrtle is still trying to rebuild from that great start they had a couple years ago. And then you look at the rest of the division, and you realize this is a division that Walnut, I look at it, and also the Potts Camp, that's another team that can very easily be one that Walnut ends up as the 2 seed in. But you've got to take care of business. And you don't necessarily have to beat Baldwyn tonight to be that 2 seed. You can win the rest of the way, but you need to start division play outright. And there's a Baldwyn team that's 4-1, started the season with a loss to Kossuth, but then after that rebounded, and they picked up quality win after quality win. Boonville, TC, East Webster, and Alcorn Central.
And if you know anything about East Webster, they're the cream of the crop down in that area. So, you know, like I said, Walnut's going to have to keep Baldwyn out of the end zone. They're going to have to limit they're going to get their scores. I have no doubt they're going to get their scores. And speaking of scores.
What a great segue.
Speaking of scores, do not forget our giveaway. Folks, if you didn't hear in the beginning, we are giving away. What you do is you go out and Owen, give us that number.
All right, let me grab that number for you. Yeah, absolutely. What you're going to do is just, for our giveaway, you will guess the total points scored by both teams combined. So one team scores 24, one team scores 21. That would be 45 points. And if you guess it exactly right, the total points scored, you will get that amount of money from RCTV 19. So if you guess 55 points will be scored and it's 55, you've won yourself $55 courtesy of RCTV 19. So make sure you text your guess to 662-576-1554. Again, that's 662-576-1554. And that must be in by the end of the first quarter, rather. And John, I wanted to get back to you, but it looks like we're about to have a prayer and the national anthem. So let's get that.
We'll join our stadium announcer for that.
Traveling to Angels to Baldwyn as they go back home tonight. Try to continue to lead God and direct us. We thank you for the blood, God, that you shed on Calvary for our sins. In nobody's name but yours we pray. In Jesus' name, amen.
And we're now about to have our national anthem. So while we have the national anthem, let's go back here. A final word from our sponsors before kickoff. We'll come back and then carry you all the way into action between Walnut and Baldwyn.
This is Public Service Commissioner Brandon Presley, and I'm glad to join you on TV 19 for coverage of our local sports. You know, coming from a small town, I started out as mayor of Nettleton in my first political job. I understand clearly how important bringing our communities together, sometimes just over a football game, can help make us better as a state and can help make our communities stronger. I hope tonight that your favorite team will win. One of the reasons I've worked hard to bring high-speed internet service to our rural communities is so that you'll be able to sit at home and have coverage of your favorite hometown football team.
The playing of tonight's national anthem will be presented by the North Tippah High School Band. There's North Tippah March Band.
That was your North Tippah Marching Band with a performance of tonight's national anthem. We will go to commercial, come back in just a few minutes with Walnut High School football here from Walnut High School. TV 19 Sports, your home for Tippah County football.
Straight from the comfort of your chair. One of the reasons that I fought hard for broadband service to get expanded also is to make sure that our rural children, some of whom are going to be playing on the field tonight, have access to world-class education, that our seniors have access to high-quality medical service through telehealth and telemedicine, and that we give our working families in Mississippi a chance to participate in the modern economy. We've got to move Mississippi forward, and we can only do that by bringing our communities together. And like I said, sometimes it's over a football game between rivalries, but when the game's over, we come together. And that's my vision for the state of Mississippi, that we work hard, we play hard, but at the end of the day, we bring people together just like our local sports do. And I appreciate you allowing me to join you tonight on TV 19. Here's the best to your favorite team that'll be playing on the field tonight.
CB&S Bank wishes good luck to Walnut, Faulkner, and Ripley football teams this season. Come see them at 13331 Mississippi 15 in Ripley or at 28171 Mississippi 15 in Walnut.
Face off against the Baldwyn Bearcats. Battle of the Cats tonight. And John posed the question about how far back it had been before the break since Walnut had gotten the better of Baldwyn. And ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, I don't know, and I mean that literally. You would have to go back past the creation of MaxPreps.com, listed all the way back to 2004 season. In the 18 seasons between, these two teams have not played 4 out of the 18, but besides that, the Baldwyn Bearcats have won 14 straight over the Walnut Wildcats. So, John, I mean, this is historic rivalry in the sense of back a few years ago when Ole Miss beat Alabama back in 14, and it had been 12 years since they had beat the Crimson Tide. It's getting to that kind of streak. It may be longer.
Right. And, it's homecoming here at Walnut. Emotions are high. These players are ready to go. Let's see how Walnut comes out. Do they come out on fire? Do they come out, with passion? They're going to have to beat a team like, and they're going to have to sustain that for 4 consistent quarters. What do you think, Owen?
I'll lead that into my keys of the game that I usually do each week. And number one, Walnut has to find a way tonight to win the field position and the time of possession battle. You look over at the rosters, both teams about to run out. Baldwyn looks like they have maybe about 55, 60 guys out there. Walnut has a roster maybe 2/3 of the size of Baldwyn. Now, you say that, and it may not seem as drastically large of a difference as it actually is, but when you get into these games where, Baldwyn's going to be physical, that. If you've ever watched Baldwyn football, they're going to be physical at the point of attack, at the offensive and defensive line. Walnut can't allow their roster that is smaller than Baldwyn's to be on the field so much to continue to tire. They're going to have to pick up first downs. They're going to have to run the ball effectively and make sure to keep it out of Baldwyn's hands as much as possible, which leads me to my second. Limit the turnovers. You're at home. When you're at home, I heard this from somebody once, you can give yourself about a +1 in the turnover battle. You can expect that the visiting team's going to give you the football at least one free time. So make sure that you limit your turnovers. Make sure that you take care of the football and win that turnover battle, because against a team like Baldwyn that's 4-1 at this point of the season, if you are not taking care of the football, there's no chance you're going to be able to beat this team. And then finally, third, I want to see the Walnut defense show up. They've had a tough couple weeks against Biggersville Marshall Academy, 2 prolific offenses. I feel like there's a Baldwyn offense that's going to be a little bit more smash mouth than the other. They're not going to necessarily spread it out as much, and I may be wrong, but they're going to just try to run the football, be physical. So let's see if Walnut can match that physicality tonight.
And let me give you 3 quick keys. Get over the Baldwyn hump. Walnut has got to somehow find a way to get over the Baldwyn hump. Number 2, they've got to score points some way or another. And number 3, they got to get this crowd behind them and get some momentum going early in the game, I think. Those are my 3 keys to the game, I know it. And there comes Wildcats out on the field.
Want to announce one final time before the game starts again. Make sure you enter in to our first ever on-air giveaway. Make sure you text the number that I'm about to give, which is 662-576-1554. We'll announce it a couple more times. You're not too late. It'll be the end of the first quarter. Make sure to get what you believe the total number points scored is. If you get it correct, you will win that exact amount of change, which change means dollar, trying to be hip, I guess, from RCTV 19. So make sure you enter in that and text that number. But, John, it looks like we are about ready to get this game underway.
Yeah, I'm not sure who won the toss, but let's see if Walnut.
It looks like Baldwyn will be kicking off to Walnut first. So it looks like the Wildcats are going to get the football first here on homecoming night.
Yeah, and that's a big for Walnut. Come out, gives them a chance to establish momentum early and often, get some points on the board here on the first drive. We'll see what Walnut comes out offensively in, see if they come out in that traditional base set that Walnut's known for. Do they throw some wrinkles in here this week? They've had all week to prepare for ball. I know this has been a tough couple weeks. So, Owen, man, I'm ready to get some football on the way. I don't know about you.
Absolutely, and we want to thank you for tuning in as always here on RCTV 19. It'll be our final 7:30 kickoff of the season.
Yeah, so next week, join us. And next week, if you're in Ripley, come to New Albany, Ripley. So come listen to us too, but come to Ripley, New Albany.
It'll be the Bulldogs and the Tigers and a good one next week. But here, it's the Bearcats on the road to face the Wildcats on Walnut's homecoming. They look to get over, as John said, that proverbial Baldwyn hump. Let's see if they can do it as the Bearcats get ready to kick it away. It looks like it might be number 2, Heron Nelson, who's going to kick it away, and it'll be still in play, and I think finally it goes out of bounds. Yes, it does. It will go out of bounds, and that will give Walnut good starting field position at about the 35-yard line.
Yes,
if it is set up after going out of bounds.
So let's see if where they set up at. Looks like they were all set up at the 35-yard line of Walnut.
Want to make sure we have our rosters ready here for tonight. as Walnut is getting ready to begin their first offensive drive of the evening.
Walnut going to be in their traditional red hats, red jerseys, gray pants. Love the look from Walnut. Not going to be Camarion Gray in there running back. Going to be that traditional set power set. Here's a snap. Going to be a give to the fullback. They're going to get minimal gain on that. Going to gain about a yard. Maybe. No, they lost about a yard on that, Owen.
Well, you try to establish power early against, like we said, what's going to be a physical Baldwyn front. And if you're going to do that, you're going to have to be ready to play because that front is led by DeCorian Warren in the middle, 5'11", 220 junior. And what a load that is at the D tackle position. But again, also you can tell that's an athletic 220.
Yeah, that's not a heavy 220. That's a mover.
Jackson back under center. Second down, he will fake. And there goes DeCorian Warren, who is going to have a sack on the second play of the evening. We just talked about Warren, and man, he just sped right through the middle of the
it almost looked like he didn't even touch there. And that's something the offensive line's going to have to do. They're going to have to slow down those front three of Baldwyn. You know, that's a speedy group up front. You can tell that could be the key to the game right there. If Baldwyn can give Drew Jackson time, if Walnut could give Drew Jackson time, and if Baldwyn spends the night in the backfield, it's going to be a long night for the Wildcats.
No doubt about it, and it leads to about an obvious passing down on 3rd and long. Jackson will instead toss to Gray, and Gray's got a little bit of an opening. Finally will be brought down after he lowers the shoulder by a couple of Baldwyn defenders. That's DeLan Johnson, number 10, and Braylon Pippin, number 9, to make the stop after a gain of about we'll give Gray about 10 yards there. As it's going to be 4th down and 10, and it looks like it will be the Wildcats to punt the football and Clifton to do so.
Yeah, Walnut. That was a nice game, but that's something they're going to do on first down, not first down and 15 or second down and, that one there. That's a great play, but that's going to be something they're going to do early on when they get
high kick to the returner. That's Harrison Nelson. He will break through maybe a tackle. No, he is brought down on the tackle. Looks like it was number 8, Austin Watson, to do so. And it will be the Bearcats to take over. 30 seconds, and we're back here on RCTV 19.
No, they're going to go.
Farrow Ward Ford has been your local source for cars, trucks, and SUVs since 1952. They wish good luck to all our Tippah County teams in the 2022 football season. Stop by and see them in Ripley or call at 662-837-3001. Fiesta Grill sends their...
Welcome back to Walnut High School. Trips for the receiver for Baldwyn over to our side of the field. They're going to send a man in motion. They're going to send looks like number 4 or 5 in motion. Going to be back to pass the Baldwyn. He's going to be step up the pocket. He's going to make a man miss. He's get out nice. Openville tackle there by number 0.
C.J. Adams is always over the football field, whether he's the receiver out of a play-action set or he's that man in the linebacker position that's making big tackles. And he does it on the defensive side there. Jamori Marshall, the quarterback, we knew he was going to be an integral part of the offense, running the football out of passing sets. And a great job by Adams to stay home, not get fooled, and to bring him down for a loss of about 2. Great start for the Walnut defense.
Yeah, that's something, that's what we talk about, that defense. You wanted them to show up early. There you go. You almost brought it into existence there, Owen. So Baldwyn back in that trip set to our side. Going to have a single back, going to be top pitch. I thought he had him wrapped up in the backfield, but he is going to gain about 2 yards there.
Well, that's a great play design. You're going to try to get the Walnut defense with misdirection. You're going to think they're just going to go power to the bunch side and come to the right side, strong side of the field, but then you reverse it back left on the pitch, and you try to get that defense. But again, look who it was. It was C.J. Adams. He didn't make the tackle, but he was there in space to slow it down, make him cut it back inside to where more defenders
to help. You're right, and that's where your help is. Your help's not to the sideline. Your help's inside, and that's exactly what they did. That defensive end that time. Turn the play back inside. It led to a minimal gain. Going to be back to pass. No, it's going to be a throw. They're going to roll a man out in the flat. That's going to be 22, number 2 on the reception. That's Nelson.
Yeah, and Marshall there just did a great job of buying time, rolling out. It was a designed bootleg to the right side. And if you're Walnut's defensive line, you've got to get pressure there. I know when you roll them out, they roll them out to the right side to give him the time to throw, but you've got to get away. These are 2 athletic of guys on the outside for Baldwyn. For you to expect your DBs to cover them longer than maybe 3 seconds. So you've got to get that pressure if you're going to get them off the field on 3rd down tonight.
Right, and that's first down for the Baldwyn Bearcats. Now they're going to run just looks like a wing T formation, something that Baldwyn's running.
Looks like they've jumped early. Let's see what the call is, but it does look like it's going to be against the Bearcats. If so, it'll back them up 5 yards, and it will be false start.
False start on the Bearcats, so that gives Walnut a free 5 yards. Looks like, let's see, Walnut keeps Walnut, and this is another thing. Keep the first downs to a minimum. I think, and don't. They're going to get their plays, but I believe they can keep their big plays to a minimum. That may be our fourth key to the game: is keep the big plays to a minimum, make them gain short yards, 10 yards. That.
You're exactly right, John. This is an offense that's too athletic for you to allow anything to get behind you. Another little bit of misdirection. Looks like it's handed up the middle. Great job again by the Walnut defense. Twice now, Baldwyn tried to go with misdirection, fake it one side and come back with a handoff to the other, and the Wildcats haven't bit once.
And that was Caden Armstrong leading the way for the Walnut Wildcats there. Caden, not a name we called a lot a couple weeks ago, so Caden doing a good job stepping up for the Wildcats there. That looks like a D tackle, almost defensive end position.
And this Walnut defense has had struggles in the last 2 weeks, but one thing you notice, even if they've had trouble stopping offenses, they're swarmed to the football. It's been a little bit more missed tackles rather than not having guys in position.
Exactly.
This Walnut defense swarms.
And they're well coached. So, it's just still there's a lot of young players on that defense as well. Back to pass goes Baldwyn. He throws it up. He's got a man. Oh, he caught it, and he's going to go for a touchdown.
Yeah, the DB there just did not get his head turned around. Baldwyn just decides, hey, I like the one-on-one matchup. They realized it was man coverage. Credit that to Marshall. And that offensive staff of Baldwyn, they just decided, hey, we're going to give our guy a chance to go get it, and that's exactly what it did. And I believe it was Caden Stewart that brought it in on the fade, just one-on-one coverage.
And Walnut had a man there. He gets his hands up.
Didn't get his head turned around, and that's what it really is. You've got to – I understand you're trying to keep up, but you've also got to make sure that you find a way to turn your body when you think that ball's put in the air.
So Baldwyn kick up, and it's good. It's 7-0. We'll hear a word from our sponsors. Come back with more from here from Walnut High School. TV 19 Sports, your home for Tippah County football.
Best wishes for a great football season for all Tippah County athletes. Check out their buffet and specials every week at 1709 City Avenue North in Ripley.
Since their beginnings in 1935, Ripley Insurance Agency has become a leader in providing quality protection for thousands of individuals and families throughout our region. Their basic belief in providing only the best in coverage and personal service is just one of the many reasons why today, more than ever, people are moving up to the difference of quality insurance protection Ripley Insurance Agency can uniquely provide. At Ripley Insurance, they can assist you with all types of insurance quotes. We take the time to analyze each customer's needs and develop a plan to fit your own specific situation. Give them a call today at 662-837-8874 to discuss your options.
We welcome you back here on RCTV 19. Baldwyn has taken an early 7-0 lead. And, John, now when you come back on offense if you want to, you really obviously you need to avoid another 3-and-out. But also your defense had a chance to get off the field twice. Really, as you know, stopping that fade would have led to a 3rd and long, and now you need that offense to give you back some momentum.
Yeah, you really do. You need to come back out. No, you're not hurt. You're not hurt here. Our points. We told you, we said Baldwyn's going to get their points, but Walnut's going to get their points as well. They've got to come out here, get a little drive going, get a couple first downs, get on their side of the 50, and let them work. Don't you agree?
Yeah, no, I would agree, no doubt. And I want to say, 2 weeks ago, we did Biggersville, and it was Camarion Gray that went down in that game. So 2 weeks later, first time I've seen Walnut since. Great to see Gray back in this one. And it will be great to get the carry on 1st and 10, and he is bottled up in the backfield, but it looked like the Walnut offensive line might have given him a push back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, minimal gain there, but those plays set up other plays. You're obviously, as a coach, you're always thinking ahead. So let's see what Coach Meeks and the offensive team in Walnut draws up here.
Well, it's no secret that Coach Meeks and this Walnut offensive staff, they want to use the run to set up the pass rather than vice versa. You see a lot of teams in this day and age that want to spread it out and throw the football in order to be able to run the football, but it's a different way. It's a little bit more of an old school set for this Walnut offense as they come out in the eye. Let's see what Jackson does here. And he might have got him with a hard count. Let's see if that is, in fact, what it is. Yes, it is a hard count that gets him. Great job by Jackson. It'll give Walnut a free 5 yards.
Yeah, 5-yard play there, and that's something. Walnut just needs to continue to build. They need to, if they don't give it 4 yards here, 2 yards here, they got to count it always as a win. They've got to keep it in their mind. It's a win. It's a win. And enough wins becomes a touchdown. You just got to keep that mentality as an offensive set here.
2nd and 5 for Jackson. He will hand off to the right side to Gray, and again, Gray is bottled up at the line of scrimmage. I think he got right back to the line, but nothing more, nothing less. And again, this Baldwyn defense has won at the point of attack on the line.
Yeah, Baldwyn up front is no joke. They've got a couple guys up there that are 220, 225, but their 225 is very athletic and very
And you bring up a good point,
big.
Sean. You see, a lot of people when they talk about the offensive line, well, just block them. And that is true. It is blocking them. But you may play a team like Marshall Academy, and I didn't see them last week, but you may play a team one week that's a little bit, their guys on the defensive line are just stronger, heftier. They're just going to try to bull rush you, be strong. This Baldwyn defensive line is not necessarily huge, but they're fast. They're athletic. So it's two different styles of rush that you're seeing back-to-back weeks. It changes your philosophy at the offensive line.
And now they walked up a 4th man.
Fumble the football, and it looks like Baldwyn fell on it. Clifton couldn't get it cleanly from Jackson, and yes, it will be Baldwyn football. And we just talked about that turnover battle before the game started. You can't give up those freebies like that.
No, you really can't, and that's something Walnut will have to work on. And that was just a running back quarterback exchange there.
You're exactly right. That's as simple as Clifton thinking, it's going to be right here on the left side of his chest, and Jackson thinking he's going to put it right into the middle. So it's just something as simple as that is going to cost Walnut possession of the football and get Baldwyn great field position. Already up 7-0.
The Baldwyn going to come out in that spread formation, 2 left, 2 right. Going to send a man in motion. Going to throw a little curl route out in the flat. Going to be out to number 2. Number 2 going to make a couple man miss. He gets close to the sideline, and he's going to go down there about the 20-yard line.
Baldwyn realizes they have playmakers on the outside, and one of those is Nelson, 6'2", 185 junior. That's a big wide receiver. So you realize, hey, let's just give our guy a little bit of space, a couple blockers in front of him, and let him make a play on the outside. And that's exactly what Nelson did. Made 2 men miss, and it was enough for a first.
Yeah, first down play there by Nelson. He's just a big body out there, and that's no fault of Walnuts that they're having trouble guarding him. It's just a size mismatch.
They're going to roll Marshall out left that time, and it just out of the reach of the intended receiver, Draylon Watson. And again, like we talked about, Baldwyn now is rolled their quarterback out 2 of their 3 passing plays, designed bootlegs to one side or the other, wanting to give him some space and time to throw the football.
Right, and that time he just leads his receiver just a little much. But Walnut did have a cover corner in the area. That's a good coverage by Walnut. I don't know exactly what they're running. Are they running a zone? Or are they running man-to-man?
Well, it looks like they're just switching it up, but a lot of it looks like it's man-to-man, just playing your corner a few yards off, understanding that you can't allow anything to get behind you.
Right.
But it'll be a toss out to the running back right side, and he's going to have a little bit of an edge, 15-10, 5. He's going to be pushed out. Great job by C.J. Adams to save the touchdown, but that is a huge gain for number 9, Braylon Pippin, who is one of the leading carriers for this Baldwyn defense, and you can see why. Comes in as a 5'9" senior, 190. Not a tall back, but a big back.
Yeah, he's a load. He is what? What is his stats?
He's sitting. His stats. Looking at him, it's always a little bit tougher to figure out exactly. But no, I know that when I looked at it, this was a guy that was listed as one of the top rushers for the Baldwyn team. And you see, he's kind of like that Baldwyn, that bowling ball back. As I look, and it looks like he has got 191 yards on the season, and it looks like that might have been Marshall to carry it into the end zone that time, and it was. Jamari Marshall carries it in for a touchdown for the Bearcats, and they are going to take with the extra point a 14-0 lead.
Yep, and just like we said, that turnover there hurts. So we'll see what Walnut does to get past turnover. They're going to ball and be back to kick. Let's see what the kick is up. It'll be kick good, be 14-0.
It'll be Gage McCarver, number 34, to kick the extra point, and that is high and straight. It is good on the extra point. 14-0. Baldwyn leads Walnut midway through the first quarter, 4:43 remaining. We bring you back with more on RCTV 19.
insurance needs. Eaton, Babin, Smith are proud supporters of Tippah County sports. Eaton, Babin, Smith CPAs and advisors have offices in Ripley, New Albany, and Tupelo. Eaton, Babin, Smith specializes in small business financial services from bookkeeping and QuickBooks assistance to payroll services and tax filings. They have solutions for almost every small business need. They have vast experience in the preparation of financial statements and in the preparation of all types of tax returns for individuals, small business, nonprofits, estates, and trusts. They also can provide business valuation services. Call them at one of their 3 offices and let them help you with your accounting and tax needs.
Great athletes.
14-0, Baldwyn leading Walnut here on homecoming night for the Wildcats. 4:43 remaining in the first quarter on RCTV 19. Walnut has struggled to move the football so far. Looked like they were going to pick up their first down of the game on the second drive before it was a fumble on the exchange between Jackson and Clifton that coughed it up for Baldwyn. It'll be returned out to the 30, about 4-yard line. Yes, it is the 34, where the Wildcats will set up for their third offensive possession of the game.
And good return there from Walnut. Who was that on the return?
Looked like it was number 33 on the return for the Wildcats. That's Patrick Clifton.
Clifton did a good job returning the ball up to where they would get about the 34, 35-yard line. So Walnut will take over there.
Let's see. It looks like it's Jackson still at quarterback for the Wildcats. We've seen a little bit of a switch this year between Jackson and Palmer at points, but it looks like they're going to stick with Jackson at this point in the ball game. Walnut will set up a heavy formation. Looks like maybe 3 tight ends in the set and an H-back as well. Fakes the toss. Jackson looks back to pass. It's a screen for Adams, but it will be knocked away, deflected out of the hands of Adams by the linebacker. I'm trying to look over and see who that was. It might have been Clifton, and I believe, or not Clifton, rather Braylon Pippin, the running back, that on the offensive side of the ball for Baldwin brings up second down.
Yeah, they had that. I believe they had it almost sniffed out there, Owen. It just was something that they saw coming, and they sent a backer out. Had him covered well.
Yeah, that's a play we've seen Walnut run a couple times this year, most of the time to good success, but obviously that's a testament to Baldwin being in the film room ready for what this Walnut offense has to offer. They were right out there on Adams to not let him breathe before he brought in the football. Second down and 10. Jackson now tosses it to Clifton. Clifton, the big man, will be pushed and hit in the backfield. Number 55 is the first man to make contact. That is Rodney Stewart, 5'11", senior, 240. Another big defensive lineman on the end there, just getting push and stopping the run before it can ever gain some traction. It'll bring up 3rd and 12.
And here's obviously passing down for the Wildcats. Let's see if they run a spread formation or they stay under center here and try to spread the field and spread Baldwin out. You know, it's something Walnut has not done yet tonight, and that's something we have seen from Walnut in past games is a spread formation. So let's see if they spread the Wildcats out, the Bearcats out, and give them a little different look here, Owen.
And it looks like before they do that, Coach Meeks will call a timeout, and we'll meet his offense out near the line of scrimmage. And while they take that timeout, we'll take one of our own here from our sponsors back here on RCTV 19.
Good luck from Norris Howell, 107 Dumas Road.
Angel Davis and the staff at Silly Sisters wishes Tippah County football teams a winning season. Go check them out for all your gift and monogramming needs at 1326 City Avenue North in Ripley.
We have everything you need. Food Giant, City Avenue North, Ripley.
Shop Easy Supermarket in Walnut wishes good luck to the Walnut Wildcats, the Collegiate Warriors, the Faulkner Eagles, and the Ripley Tigers this football season.
Both Eagles and Tigers run with the big dogs. Good luck from Big M Diesel Express. Wishing the best to all our students and athletes. Here at Tippah County Hospital, we are more than just a healthcare facility. Your symbol of excellence is here. Tippah County Hospital.
3rd and 12 for
Ripley.
Walnut as we come back here on
Meet Pueblo
RCTV
in Ripley
19.
wishes good luck to all of our
And
local
it
teams
will
and athletes
be-
this football season. Go see them at
And
925
12,
City Avenue
fake
South
for
in Ripley
Jackson.
and check out
Jackson
their
is
new
sacked in the
outdoor
backfield,
patio.
and he went down hard as the man that makes
Come
the sack is
visit
Adam
Lois and
Floyd.
Kevin at McNeil
And it
Agency,
will be
2009,
Floyd
Highway 15 North,
with
Ripley.
his first sack of the evening.
First American offers online and mobile banking features to make your
And
banking
long.
experience easy and safe. Activate.
Difficulty here. There we go back. We are now.
It'll be 4th and very long for Walnut on their 3rd possession of the ball game. Still looking for that first movement of the chains. They will have Clifton punt away. And
Nice end over and kick by Clifton. Will be
received
returnable.
by Nelson. And Nelson's got it sideline down the left side, 35-30. Cuts it back inside to the 25, now the 20. And he's going to stay on his feet, and he is down inside the 5-yard line. What a fantastic return by Nelson. And when it rains, it pours so far for Walnut, as it'll be a goal-to-go situation for Baldwyn to start out the 3rd drive of the evening.
Yeah, they Nelson, a lot of that he did on his own. I mean, but he did have blockers there initially, but he got down the sideline and was determined not to go out of bounds. And that's something, Walnut had him there on the edge. They just got to get him out of bounds and make that play where they don't have that such a large.
It'll be 1st and goal from about the 5-yard line. Baldwyn would make it a 3-score game here with 2:56 remaining in the first quarter. If they can punch it in here, I would expect them to go power with Braylon Pippin. And he has received the ball a couple times tonight out of the backfield. Spread formation as usual. Looks like a 2 tight end set right off the right side of the line, and it will be a handoff to Pippin on an off-tackle run. Great job by the Baldwyn defense to get out there, and it's number 10 on the tackle. That's Gian Aaron Cabriana. Fantastic tackle on the outside that possibly saved a touchdown.
Yeah, they did exactly what they needed to do that time. Stretched the play out, got him to the sidelines, didn't allow him to cut up field, and the defense causes a out-of-bounds play there. Good as a tackle there. And I believe that was a little bit of a loss on the play, do you not?
Oh yeah,
maybe
no.
about a yard.
Yeah, no, loss of about 5. They were set up at about the 6-yard line, and it looks like it's going to be around the 10 or 11. So a big play, not only to keep him out of the end zone, but push him back a little bit. Let's see if Baldwyn decides to roll out Marshall like they already have a couple times tonight. Jamari Marshall, the 5'10 senior quarterback of this Bearcat squad. And it will be play action. Now he'll just throw a dart over the middle on the slant, and it is incomplete. Nelson was open on the slant, would have caught it right in the end zone, but just couldn't bring it in.
Yeah, hit him in the chest and could not bring it in, was Nelson. Good pass there by Marshall.
That's one that when you get in the film room on Saturday, regardless of the result, when you see that play coming up,
Like,
Nelson's going to just kind of slip down his chair, hope that the coach of Baldwyn doesn't
Might
call him
overlook
out.
that one. No, I think he does get called out for that one in film room. But he is. It's human. He missed, and that's just part of the game.
And now you got a chance on 3rd and 10 if you're Nelson to redeem yourself possibly, as I would not be surprised if with this 4 wide receiver set, Baldwyn spreads it out. Walnut looking for their first stop of the night. Here it is on 3rd and 10. They're going to throw it out, and it was nearly jumped by the Walnut defender. And I believe that was Cabriana again, who nearly jumped that football. And if he would have, he might have had nothing but green gas in front of him.
That was a almost a touchdown making play there for Cabriana.
John, here's something you don't see very much in 2A. A field goal attempt, not a point after attempt, but a field goal attempt.
Yes, this is a 3-point attempt for the Baldwyn Bearcats.
It'll be 27 yards for McCarver.
He has the leg.
Oh, no doubt about it. He's been perfect on his kicks tonight on the point after, and now it was a high snap, and it's going to be rolled out. They're going to toss in the end zone, and let's see what the ruling is. Touchdown, Baldwyn. The broken play leads to paradise for Baldwyn.
Wow.
And just huge heartbreaker for Walnut.
They have the coverage team in, looking to cover the kick. They may not have their defensive backs back in the play that time, and the play breaks down. The young man for Baldwyn makes a heady play, rolls out, and throws a touchdown pass.
I don't think that was a design fake. Like I said, the snap was a little high, and he hesitated first, tried to put it down, and realized then that it wasn't going to be right. But that was the backup quarterback, DeLon Johnson, who threw a dart into Terrell Robinson and just when it, like I said earlier, John, so far for Walnut, when it has rained, it has poured, and it is 21-0 Baldwin after the broken play works out in favor of the Bearcats. Back here on RCTV 19.
Activate your debit card as needed. Attach images to transactions. Set up text alerts to guard against unauthorized spending or to monitor your account balance. Use the P2P feature to safely send money to a friend. We even offer mobile wallet, so you can stay on top of your finances from anywhere. These options and more are available with online or mobile banking. At First American National Bank, you'll get that hometown feel with a high-tech touch.
Mahindra's the official tractor of Tough, right, Chase?
Yep, that's right, Tony.
This baby's got 4,000 pounds of front-end lift capacity, right?
It sure does.
So who's tougher, kid? Me or you?
You are, Tony. Can you put me down now?
What? You want to go higher? Okay.
Baldwin gets ready to kick it off here as they lead 21-0 after the busted field goal attempt on 4th down led to a touchdown strike from Johnson to Robinson. The kick is away from McCarver. It is received by the Wildcats. He'll bring it to the middle of the field. Clifton, that is. He cuts it up. He's got some room and will finally be brought down at about the 35-yard line. Clifton had a little bit of an opening, and if tackle wasn't made there at the 35, there might not have been one made at all.
Yeah, good touchdown saving tackle there by the Baldwin Bearcats.
So it's going to bring up once again, 1st and 10 for Walnut. 4th offensive drive of the night. They're going to look to get it going. As it'll be Jackson that brings the play call back out to the Wildcats.
Yeah, we have not seen Palmer in their quarterback yet tonight. That's something that Walnut has done in the past, is rotating out quarterbacks. So we don't know if the strategy is to play a more heady Drew Jackson, or who knows.
Single back set, puts Gray in motion, fake it, hand off to Clifton up the middle, and again, that Baldwin defensive line just pushing up the middle. And who else but Decorian Warren? We've called his name plenty of times tonight. The junior from Baldwin busting up the middle of the field.
And I believe Warren is, we talked about having, I believe he has offers.
I believe you're exactly right. I'm not for sure where, but that is what we had heard before the game. I want to also remind you, under 2 minutes, get your final guesses in for the RCTV 19 giveaway on total points scored between these two teams tonight. If you guess exactly right, you win that number in cash dollars from RCTV 19. Make sure to text it in to the number we said earlier. After this play, I'll call that number out again. 2nd and long, it'll be a throw over the middle to Gray. The screen just wasn't there. The pressure was put on him in the backfield, and now it will bring up 3rd and long. But again, call out that number one more time, 662-576-1554. And again, want to thank our head men over at RCTV 19 that allow us to put this giveaway on the air tonight as it brings up 3rd and long. And John, this Walnut team may have not needed a first down more this season than right now.
The first down here is a moral victory. You got to start gaining these a few moral victories here, a few positive plays here. It does one as good as anything. You know, they might score a touchdown, but if they can get 5 yards, get past the 50, I mean, you know, that's something they have lived on their side of the field tonight.
And it looks like we're going to have encroachment against Clifton on the inside. He tried to get a nice jump, and the junior is going to give Walnut a free 5 yards. Second time tonight they've got Baldwin with the hard count. Jackson has used that to advantage, knowing this is an aggressive defensive line.
Yeah, that's something Walnut, you know, I think if they continue to use it, there's something Walnut's going to use Baldwin's aggressiveness against them. You know, you say, well, how do you do that as a coach? Well, you set up screens, you set up draws, you set up, you know, something to get the defense upfield, and then you get the ball in behind that defense.
3rd and 8, play action yet again. Fake the toss, throw it over the middle. This is man, and incomplete. It was a wide open Trenton Braddock who was streaking in the middle of the field, and Jackson threw it on the back shoulder as he was coming across the left side of the field, threw it on the right shoulder, and Braddock just could not bring in. So a missed opportunity for the Wildcats, and they'll have to punt it away yet again with 1:05 remaining in the opening quarter.
And there it was. They had their man wide open, and just the quarterback had the man. He hit him in the hands. You've got to make that reception there for that young man if you're the receiver for the Wildcats.
Here we go. Punt it away on 4th and 8. Clifton, high kick. It goes left to right rather than end over end. Brought in by Nelson, doesn't call for a fair catch. Comes right side, breaks a couple more tackles. That man is still on his feet, but he is finally brought down at the 39-yard line of Baldwyn. So, again, it'll be good field position, set up another drive here on RCTV 19.
Go.
Down the goat.
Mahindra, the official tractor of Tough and Stewart Haas Racing.
Come on, Tony, put me down.
Good luck to our teams from Rebel Services LLC, specializing in aviation services. 512-0219. Rebel Services LLC.
Welcome back to Walnut High School. Baldwyn, it looks like they're going to go under center here with a power set. Straight back to pass goes the quarterback. He's looking for a man across the middle. He shoots across. He's got a man up, and he gets a catch, and he is going to go for the touchdown.
Marshall, that again, second time tonight, just finds a one-on-one matchup. This time it was Nelson on the post, and he decides, hey, we've got a little bit of size. Let me trust my main man, my 6'2 junior, to go up and get the football. Exactly what he did, and not only getting the football, but staying on his feet. And Baldwyn has put up another touchdown on the Walnut defense, but right before the first quarter expires.
And Jackson Leak there, 22, has absolutely nothing to hold his head down about. Yes, he allowed the touchdown, but he went up, high pointed the ball with the young man from Baldwyn. The young man from Baldwyn just stronger than he was, pulled the ball out of his hands and converts the touchdown.
Extra point is up and good. And just like that, Baldwyn has scored again. Walnut will get the football back when we come back on RCTV 19.
5901 Highway 4 West, Ripley.
Ward Engineering, providing engineering and surveying services throughout North Mississippi, proudly supports all Tippah County sports and athletes. Good luck this season from Ward Engineering.
Good luck and do your best. Diesel Oil, 311 City Avenue South.
Our customers come first at First Franklin Financial. That's not just a slogan, it's the way we do business. Since 1941, we've been helping our friends and neighbors in the Southeast with their financial needs. We offer personal loans, bill consolidation loans, and starter loans. So stop by our office today. We're conveniently located at 1703 City Avenue North, or you can give us a call at 512-5808. Apply online at www.oneffc.com. All loans are subject to our
We welcome you back on RCTV 19 as it'll be kicked away by Baldwyn. They lead 28-0 in this one. 45 seconds remaining in the first. It'll be Clifton on the return, and this time he doesn't get that hole in the middle the last time. Brought down to 25, and that is where Walnut will set up yet again on offense. We'll see who comes out to be under center on this drive. It looks like it is going to be Adrian Palmer for the first time this evening. That will be the man under center for the Bearcats, or rather the Wildcats, excuse me.
Yeah, Palmer going to come out and quarterback here. Let's see if the Walnut decides to stretch the field, or if they decide to take this into the second quarter.
Going to have to run at least one play, obviously, with the clock stopped now here, and I think we're going to have a delay of game. They didn't have the offensive.
They didn't have all the offensive line they needed in the field. In the field.
A miscommunication in personnel will bring up a timeout for Walnut, and we'll take it with them as well. Back here on RCTV 19.
Credit policy and limitations. First Franklin Financial.
Henderson Pest Control wishes good luck to all our Tippah County teams and athletes this football season. ADF Automotives wishes good luck to Charlie and the Ripley Tigers.
Accidents are catastrophic, what we consider a catastrophic accident. On a catastrophic injury, you're not going to be able to go back to work in a week. You're going to be out of work. You're going to be going to doctor's appointments. You're going to be trying to get back to normal. That's where we come into play. At Mama Justice, you don't just get a law firm, you get a family. We're going to make sure that we represent you and that you get exactly what the law says that you can get.
Ripley House of Flowers says good luck to Tippah County teams this football season. Go see them for all your floral arrangement needs at 1014 City Avenue North in Ripley.
No matter how young you are, if you have loved ones, you need to think about how they would cope financially if anything happened to you. Trust me, there are benefits to getting life insurance when you're still young and healthy.
RCTV 19 welcomes you back here with 39 seconds remaining in the opening quarter of play. Walnut will begin their drive on 1st and 10. It'll be Palmer under center, hands off to Gray. Gray's got a little bit of room on the left side. Now we'll break through for about 5 or 6 yards before he is brought down by Caden Stewart, number 8, on the tackle.
That was just an old-fashioned wishbone formation there for the Wildcats, going back to their power roots there.
Wildcats don't have to run another play. Let's see if they elect to do so. Palmer will run it in, and it looks like he ran it in pretty quick, so Walnut might try to get under center and run one more. Let's see, 7-6-5, it ticks down. And it does look like Walnut wants to run one more play before the quarter ends. And they will. It'll be Palmer, and fakes the handoff, keeps it on a bootleg run, and he might have lost about a yard. Is a couple of men on that defensive line, including one, Decorian Warren, that we've called out plenty of times on the tackle. It'll bring up 3rd and about 3 when we come back in the second quarter. It has been all Bearcats so far, 28-0. They lead Walnut here on the road. We'll be back on RCTV 19.
Help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement.
This is Stephen Eaton in the Belhaven Historic Downtown Corinth. Call me at 287-0113.
Modern Woodmen of America, touching lives, securing futures.
This broadcast of Tippah County Sports is brought to you by Tippah Connect, your home in Tippah County for high-speed internet. Give them a call at 662-587-9055 to get set up with their ultra-high-speed internet today. Ripley Parts Company has been a proud supporter of Tippah County sports for 76 years. Good luck to our local teams and athletes.
Inflation and rising prices keeping you up at night? Ashley Furniture is hiring in Mississippi. We have immediate openings on our manufacturing and warehouse teams, and we want you. Ashley offers great benefits like competitive pay, a steady work schedule, on-the-job training, paid time off, plus medical, dental, vision, 401k, and more. Ready to take the first step into your new career? Apply today at ashley.com/apply now, or visit us at one of our facilities in Ecru, Ripley, Saltillo, or Verona.
Walnut Sporting Goods on Highway 15 in Walnut is your place for all your sporting goods and fishing supply needs. Walnut Sporting Goods owner Tim Watson says, "Go Wildcats."
RCTV 19 welcomes you back. 3rd down and 3 as we open up the second quarter with Walnut leading 28-0. Also got a couple of score updates from around the area to bring you after this 3rd down play. Palmer fakes a handoff one way on the fullback and now gives it to Gray. And Gray will push to the 40-yard line before he's brought down, and that will be the first movement of the sticks tonight for Walnut. As we look, and here's a couple so far. At the end of one, Tupelo leading Oxford 6-0. That's a big one in the high A schools this weekend.
Just saw Boonville and Kasu tied 7-7. It's the team we covered last week with Ripley. Ripley up early 7-0 on North Pontotoc. So a couple of scores of interest there.
Also got one more in terms of scores of interest. At the end of one, Pontotoc leading New Albany 7-0. The Tigers have New Albany next week, and we will be covering that game here on RCTV 19. 1st and 10. Palmer drops back to pass, rolls out, now throws it up, and that one is going to be intercepted by none other than Braylon Pippin. He's going to go down the left sideline, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, one man to beat, and he is in the end zone. Touchdown, Bearcats. And Palmer just simply felt the pressure that time, threw it up, hoping that somebody would come down with it. And, in fact, it was a man in the white jersey, which is not good for Walnut, as Pippin returns it back from 40 yards out to add to the Baldwyn Bearcat lead at 34-0, pending the extra point.
Yeah, I believe you're right there, Owen. It was a pressure. it was the pressure that got to young Adrian Palmer there, just a sophomore. So it's not and he had a man in the area. He had a man in the area. Just he overthrows it just a little bit and the interception, and they can return it for a touchdown.
Another Baldwyn score. It is all Bearcats here on this Friday night. We bring you back on RCTV 19.
This is Public Service Commissioner Brandon Presley, and I'm glad to join you on TV 19 for coverage of our local sports. Coming from a small town, I started out as mayor of Nettleton in my first political job. I understand clearly how important bringing our communities together, sometimes just over a football game, can help make us better as a state and can help make our communities stronger. I hope tonight that your favorite team will win. One of the reasons I've worked hard to bring high-speed internet service to our rural communities is so that you'll be able to sit at home and have coverage of your favorite hometown football team or baseball team straight from the comfort of your chair. One of the reasons that I fought hard for broadband service to get expanded also.
It'll be Baldwyn to kick it away again. This one a high kick received by the Wildcats at about the 15. He'll bring it in the middle of the field and will be brought down past 35-yard line.
Nice return there for the young man for Baldwyn.
Yes, and it looked like it was number 8, Austin Watson, on the return. And the second time tonight that Walnut's had pretty good field position to start their drive. And, John, you're at the point where, just to put it frankly, this has not gone the way Walnut would have hoped by any means, any standard. So at this point, you've just got to play loose. You got to say, all right, don't look at the scoreboard. Don't worry about it. Just play the brand of football that we want to play, and let's just see what happens.
You got to go out there. You're down a couple. You're down 35 points here. You got to get those moral victories. You got to get a couple first downs. Don't let things happen that could hurt Walnut any more than they already have. So there's a nice gain off right tackle.
It'll be Camarion Gray on the carry. He looks like he got about 8 on the handoff and from Drew Jackson. So it'll be 2nd down and 2. Jackson back in at quarterback after the previous drive.
Looks like some Walnut's former alum here tonight. I'm not sure if I recognize either of those young men on the sideline.
Homecoming always brings out the former alum, and Walnut has plenty of those on the football field that have moved on to the next level.
I want to mention one that scored a touchdown last week. Plays down at Alcorn State. Good gracious alive. Played receiver here at Walnut a couple years ago. Again, the name's loose on my. Did score a touchdown for Alcorn State down here a couple weeks ago.
Formation. Jackson hands off to the big man Clifton. He's going to go for about 5 yards, and he's brought down past midfield. So the Wildcats passed midfield and into Baldwyn territory for the first time tonight, as the chains will move yet again.
And nothing simple here. Nothing but simple, good old-fashioned power football here that the Wildcats have come out with here. And it's good. Like we said, just more victories here. They've gotten now 2 first downs. That's something that they have not gained all night. They've not had a first down all night till now. Now they're going to send number 0 in, C.J. Adams, another big heavy back. So let's see if he'll line up at the fullback or will he line up at one of those bruiser backs and see how the Wildcats can move the ball more down the field.
Again, it looks like a wishbone formation. Adams is in that middle spot of the double I back. It will be a handoff to Adams, and he just runs right into the middle of the offensive line, and Baldwyn won the push there. Loss of 1 for Adams. Still 7-0 between Ripley and North Pontotoc as the Tigers open up division play tonight in 4A. North Panola leading Charleston 14-8, and that one as well. We move to 2nd down and 11.
So let's see if the Tigers, you're talking about the Tigers, and I call Walnut the Tigers. Let's see what the Wildcats do here on offense. They look like they're going to come back out in that power formation of the wishbone. Is that going to give off, hand a tackle here? It's going to fumble it. Ooh, just a
second time tonight, Clifton has coughed up the football. This time it was lucky enough to literally almost be like a bouncy ball, just came right back into his arms, but Clifton and Jackson, for the second time tonight, not quite able to figure out the handoff. Just, again, it's not like it's anything complex that's causing it, just a simple mishandling of the football. And it looks like that Clifton will be substituted. You can tell he's upset with himself. Lucky to get back that one.
Yeah, goes up there for Mr. Clear head. You know, that's a play that you hate because you know it automatically puts you behind the stick. You know that as a football player, if you've played any, that's a play that, oh man, what am I doing? Where's my head? And you see him going across to himself, off to himself there, and
third down and long. It'll be a man put out in motion, so no back, and it will be completed to number 22 of the Wildcats. That is Jack Leak, and it looks like a gain of about 9 or 10 will bring up 4th and 5. You're back across in Booneville territory, and
Baldwyn.
Yeah, Booneville.
We're both still stuck.
Left over from last week, and now on 4th and 6, it looks like the offense is going to stay on the field, and at this point, why not go for it? Just see if you can't keep moving the football. And you got a full play clock to decide exactly what you're going to do here. So no rush for Jackson to get the play call in. Make sure that you know exactly what you want to do on this 4th down. See if you can't keep this little bit of momentum going.
So you're going to come out in shotgun formation to this Wildcats. They'll send them in across. That's going to be number 10. They're going to fake the give. Back to pass. Oh, and he's going to get wrapped up by number 50. Is that number?
That's 55 for Baldwyn. And that is Rodney Stewart. That's his second sack of the evening. And again, just Jackson never really had much of a chance to allow anything to develop there on that 4th down. I mean, this is it's not a 4th and short situation. You can't just throw a quick little 2-step slant, over the middle for the first. You got to let a little bit of something develop. And against this defensive line of Baldwyn, wasn't able to do so. So we flip it back over, going the other way. 7:16 remaining in the first half of play. It has been all Baldwyn to this point.
Walnut had receivers open. If you saw the play, he had no time to throw the ball, and that's the credit to the Baldwyn defense.
Single back bunch set to the left side. It'll be Marshall back under center. To Moyes Davenport. He the 30, the 20 field is a touchdown, but see if that will stand. I don't believe it will. Look like it was out in the area of the receiver. A classic case of holding on outside is going to break.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
First time Davenport has touched the football tonight for the Bearcats. 5'10" sophomore.
And what a speedster he was, folks. If you did not see that, he was gone to the house very quickly.
And it will be a 10-yard penalty that does bring it back. As it will be a spot foul too. So instead of it being 1st and 20, it will be about 8 yards down the field. So it brings it back to 12. So only a 2-yard net loss for the Bearcats. But if you want to go by the full thing, it took 6 points off the board.
Yeah, almost a 50-yard penalty.
2 tight end set, puts one in motion left side. That's Davenport now. Handoff up the middle. Fumble of football. And it will be recovered back by Caden Stewart. He was able to fall back on that one as just a little bit of luck again falls on Baldwyn's side. That one, it wasn't like, Clifton's where it hit once and fumbled back. That one felt like it bounced all the way across till it found a Baldwyn player, and Walnut just could not hop on it.
And like you said, Owen, when the ball is bounced tonight, it's definitely bounced Baldwyn's way. Walnut's yet to catch a break. And they're not playing. I don't think they're not playing hard. It's just they're just. I don't know. What do you call it?
It's just missed opportunities, things along those lines. 3rd down, throw it, one-on-one coverage. He's got his man again. A great play on the outside by the DB. That's Jack Leak. Had one earlier. He couldn't win the fight against with Nelson, but that time High points the football and makes the stop. Touchdown saving play yet again for Jack Leak. Great job of knocking that ball away.
And Leak did exactly what you're supposed to go up. Turns his head, high points the ball, knocks it out of the air, keeps the receiver from getting the ball for the completion.
Third
Good play
down
there
and
by
12.
Jack Leake.
Let's see what Baldwin decides to do to try to convert this down. Marshall, and a gun set, will look over the middle, now rolls out left side. He'll throw one deep. What a cannon he has, and just overthrew. I cannot believe how far Marshall was able to get that football off on the run. Pressure in his face, just about found his hand, but just a bit too high for Stewart. And it's going to bring up fourth down, and it looks like for the first time tonight, Walnut will have forced a stop against the Bearcats.
And that was Trenton Braddock on the coverage for Walnut. Not bad coverage there by Braddock. Just forced his man to the outside. Fortunately for Walnut that they were not able to convert the pass.
Here's the rush, a punt. It'll roll and roll and roll and roll, and it will finally find its way into the end zone before Baldwin get a hand on it. It'll be a touchback, and Walnut will have the ball at the 20-yard line, under 6 to play in the first half when we come back.
Children, some of whom are going to be playing on the field tonight, have access to world-class education, that our seniors have access to high-quality medical service through telehealth and telemedicine, and that we give our working families in Mississippi a chance to participate in the modern economy. We've got to move Mississippi forward, and we can only do that by bringing our communities together. And like I said, sometimes it's over a football game between rivalries, but when the game's over.
Welcome back to Walnut High School. 35-0, 5:56 remaining before half. Wildcats on offense.
Looks like it is going to be a little bit of motion early by Walnut. Will back them up 5 yards, and it'll be 1st and 15 to start this drive.
That's where Walnut does not want to start behind the chains. Boy, just as we've talked about, Owen, just Walnut continues to shoot themselves in the foot, man. It just, I don't know. They just don't. I'd love to say what I feel, but it's just they have no energy right now. They're just morally defeated.
Yeah, and when you have a deficit like this, it can be easy. You look at the sideline and you see a lot of these heads are down, arms crossed. So Walnut needs a play to get some, energy back in the sideline. Take the result out of the equation. Don't worry about wins and losses at this point. Just find a way to energize your sideline back up. I mean, whether it's a big run, guy running another guy over on a carry, big pass play. Walnut just needs something to re-energize not only the sideline, but also the fans on the home side of the stadium.
Yeah. Baldwin on defense has been very, as advertised, Owen. They have not been anything less than expected.
No doubt about it. Jackson will hand off to Gray, and I think Gray might have gained a yard, maybe just back to the line of scrimmage. Regardless, it's going to bring up 3rd down and 10. So now Walnut will have another decision to make on their offensive set, what they want to do here on 3rd and long to try to pick up a 1st down. They have struggled, obviously, when it has gotten to 3rd down tonight.
Yeah, 3rd down. It's been 3rd down long, so they set them up in obvious passing situations. Walnut's not a passing team. I mean, they can pass the ball, but they're not known for their passing. So, it puts Walnut in a situation where they're not comfortable.
No, you're exactly right. And, that's where kind of this game has been decided. It's been more to the comfort level of Baldwin rather than Walnut. So, the Wildcats need this 3rd down to try to get some energy, like I said, back in the sideline. Jackson will play action. Bootleg out right and just has to throw this away. The pressure was right in his face from Warren, and it will bring up 4th and 10. And from your own 20-yard line, it doesn't matter the score. You got to punt the football.
Yeah, you got to punt the ball here, and let's see if the Wildcats do so. Or
it does look like Clifton has come out to punt the football away, John, and it'll be Nelson back to return. It yet again had one, obviously, that he nearly returned for a touchdown earlier, and this one he'll receive from about the 50-yard line. So good field possession regardless for Baldwin. Punt nearly blocked. Clifton just had to put it off his foot however he could, and that one.
And smartly, I believe, smartly there. Kicks it away from number 2. It does give Baldwyn great field position, but kicks it away from the taunted receiver that could have very easily taken it to the house there.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. And you just have to find a way to limit Baldwyn's big plays because that's really been how they've scored. It was the big play earlier by Nelson on the return that set up the quick score. And then you have the passing plays that end up for touchdowns. So really limiting the big play has got to be the big thing for Walnut. We talked about it earlier. That's what Walnut needed to do, but you have to continue to put emphasis on that.
Right. Looks like
2 tight ends set, puts a man in motion, and now Pippin, and he is going to break Cuckles, and he will go touchdown Baldwyn.
And just two end touch there, and Pippin was to the house, man. He made 2-man miss it long.
First time tonight we've seen him go misdirection a couple times, and Walnut had done a good job. But again, we talked about it just feels like there's not much energy on the sideline right now, and that defense just looked, that time they finally bit. It's almost like they, didn't have their head on a swivel like they did earlier in the night. Just bit fully on going one side, and Baldwin comes back to the left side. It's going to make it a bigger lead for Baldwin as it is all Bearcats. We had 3:56 remaining in the second. We bring you back on RCTV 19.
Come together. And that's my vision for the state of Mississippi, that we work hard, we play hard, but at the end of the day, we bring people together just like our local sports do. And I appreciate you allowing me to join you tonight on TV 19. Here's the best to your favorite team that'll be playing on the field tonight.
CB&S Bank wishes good luck to Walnut, Faulkner, and Ripley football teams this season. Come see them at 13331 Mississippi 15 in Ripley or at 28171 Mississippi 15 in Walnut.
Baldwin once again kicks it off, and this time it's a short little kick received at the 25-yard line by Cabriana, and he will try to go from left to right, nothing doing. He will be tackled down at about the 25, and that's where Walnut will set up shop.
And if you saw, he had a little lane. If he'd cut up inside instead of trying to stretch the ball across the field like he did, he does not cut the ball up inside in there and does suffer the consequences.
Well, you see a lot of guys, you want to go left to right rather than north to south, and it's quite simple. You see it all the time in football when you're watching, at home. It's that classic case of, why did that guy cut it up for the first down? Why is he running towards the sideline? Sideline is where big plays happen. So it's easy for a kid to get in his head when he's on the football field, hey, let me just try to break it down the sideline. But not there for Cabriana. As it will start the drive for one at the 25. Jackson hands off to Gray. Gray will break through a couple tackles and will finally be brought down after a gain of about 4. We'll bring up 2nd down and 6 with 3:40 remaining in the first half of play.
Now, did my eyes deceive me, or was that a little power eye look there for the Wildcats?
It did look like that. It did in fact look
and
like
what
that.
and what I mean by the power eye, 2 blocking backs up for close and an eye back behind, and that's what they call the power eye. It's basically the same thing as the wishbone. It's just you almost flip the formation. Yes, that is what we're seeing.
You're exactly right. Good call there, John, as it'll be 2nd down and 6 back, like he said, in that power eye handoff to Gray, and that time that power was not enough to stop the ball when defensive front. First time it gave Walnut a little bit of a push that time. Who else? We're going to call his name plenty of times tonight, DeCorey and Warren, who breaks through it all to make the tackle.
And Warren is as good folks as we were talking to the Baldwin coaches here. Our Baldwin staff, man, as good as advertised. He is absolutely the real deal and plays hard. I haven't seen him take a play off. Have you?
No. I mean, even in a game like this, it can be very easy for a guy to coach, realize that, he can just kind of do the bare minimum, but rather Warren has wanted to make his presence known tonight, and he's done exactly that. I mean, 2 sacks, multiple tackles for loss, and he has been a force on the inside. 3rd and 7, and it'll be Drew Jackson just has to throw that one away yet again. It was that same play. They just tried to bootleg it out right off the play action, but the rush was there from the Baldwin defensive front. And again, it's going to bring up 4th and long And I would believe that Walnut's going to punt the football yet again.
And here's the dilemma for Walnut. Those front three are getting pressure, which allows the linebackers and the DBs to fall back and have to worry about them having to get pressure. And that's a game changer right there, folks. When you can have those front three dominate the line of scrimmage, you see it all the time.
2 returners back this time for Baldwyn. It'll be Nelson who receives it. He'll come right side of the field, has a blocker or 2 in front of him, and a nice
what
tackle,
an open field tackle
on the outside by number 7, and a little bit of a scuff back on our side of the field, and a little bit of pushing, and looks like we're not going to throw a flag. Probably good at this point in the game. You know, tensions are obviously going to be high with how the football game's gone so far. Good job by that ref to just stand in, you know, realize it's just 2 guys going a little bit after the whistle, and don't throw the flag, just separate them, tell them, all right, you know, go to your sidelines, you know, move on. Baldwyn is going to have the ball at about the 44-yard line, their own 44, that is, and it will be Mark brings it in.
Yeah, let's use my Lord, if the first string's this good, I'd love to see the second string. I'm not being condoning to Walnut at all, but I mean, Baldwyn just seems to be athlete after athlete after athlete running out there on the field.
Baldwyn came ranked at number 3 in 2A by Max Preps. I mean, this is a squad we knew was going to be impressive, and they have been nothing short of that.
Walnut coming in the night ranked. What, number 8, number 7?
It was around that. You know, this is a Walnut squad that, I mean, has had a successful start to the year at 3-2, but so far has met a train that is barreling through, that is Baldwyn so far. As a run to the outside is going to gain plenty for Baldwyn and a first down.
That's going to be number 22. That's going to be Terrell Robinson. First run we've seen for him tonight, 5'10", 200 pounds.
Had the touchdown catch earlier.
Yes, he did.
The second time we seen him with the football, but the first he had carried it. I mean, again, it seems like, you know, if this Baldwyn team was down 6 running backs, they'd pull out their 7th and he'd be able to get 4 yards carry. This is a group of athletes from top to bottom of the roster.
Yeah, and that's something that Baldwyn's always been known for throughout the years, you know, is just how athletic a team they are.
1 minute remaining in the first half of play. Handoff to Stewart on a little off-tackle run, and he will be brought down after about 5.
Stewart on the carry for Baldwyn.
So it'll be second down about 5, and with 45 seconds left, we'll see if Baldwyn decides to press for another score for the half, or if they will just let this clock run down, and whatever happens, happens. They only have to run one more play. The play clock, the play clock, yes, it will make them run a play with about a second left. So regardless, though, they're going to run one way before that. Marshall throws a slant, and it was nearly intercepted. Austin Watson, and he knows that was his chance to make his impact on the game tonight. It just kind of dropped to his knees. It hit him right in the chest. And I think that was one he almost kind of wasn't expecting to come in, because Marshall threw that one on a string.
Yeah, and Watson, it's almost look at what I found. I mean, he had 6. I mean, he may not have 6, but he was gonna run that a long way back.
You know, there's the old homage. You know, the corners can't catch, and that's why they play defense. I don't think it was a case of that. I think, like you said, it was a guy seeing a lot of green grass ahead of him. Marshall is gonna look to chunk this one deep, and now he's going to stumble down and will be brought down on 4th down. So let's see if Baldwin decides to call a timeout with just a couple seconds left and then heave one deep.
I don't think they do.
No, it does look like, in fact, they're going to head to the halftime break, and they will head with quite the lead, 42-0, as they have imposed their will here on the road against Walnut. As we will hear a word from our sponsors on RCTV 19 and bring you back for halftime show, as we will look ahead this week and also talk about our action here. So make sure you stick around on RCTV 19.
This is Public Service Commissioner Brandon Presley, and I'm glad to join you on TV 19 for coverage of our local sports. You know, coming from a small town, I started out as mayor of Nettleton in my first political job. I understand clearly how important bringing our communities together, sometimes just over a football game, can help make us better as a state and can help make our communities stronger. I hope tonight that your favorite team will win. One of the reasons I've worked hard to bring high-speed internet service to our rural communities is so that you'll be able to sit at home and have coverage of your favorite hometown football team or baseball team straight from the comfort of your chair. One of the reasons that I fought hard for broadband service to get expanded also is to make sure that our rural children, some of whom are going to be playing on the field tonight, have access to world-class education, that our seniors have access to high-quality medical service through telehealth and telemedicine, and that we give our working families in Mississippi a chance to participate in the modern economy. We've got to move Mississippi forward, and we can only do that by bringing our communities together. And like I said, sometimes it's over a football game between rivalries, but when the game's over, we come together. And that's my vision for the state of Mississippi, that we work hard, we play hard, but at the end of the day, we bring people together just like our local sports do. And I appreciate you allowing me to join you tonight on TV 19. Here's the best to your favorite team that'll be playing on the field tonight.
CB&S Bank wishes good luck to Walnut, Faulkner, and Ripley football teams this season. Come see them at 13331 Mississippi 15 in Ripley or at 28171 Mississippi 15 in Walnut. Farrow Ward Ford has been your local source for cars, trucks, and SUVs since 1952. They wish good luck to all our Tippah County teams in the 2022 football season. Stop by and see them in Ripley or call at 662-837-3001. Fiesta Grill sends their best wishes for a great football season for all Tippah County athletes. Check out their buffet and specials every week at 1709 City Avenue North in Ripley.
Since their beginnings in 1935, Ripley Insurance Agency has become a leader in providing quality protection for thousands of individuals and families throughout our region. Their basic belief in providing only the best in coverage and personal service is just one of the many reasons why today, more than ever, people are moving up to the difference of quality insurance protection Ripley Insurance Agency can uniquely provide. At Ripley Insurance, they can assist you with all types of insurance quotes. We take the time to analyze each customer's needs and develop a plan to fit your own specific situation. Give them a call today at 662-837-8874 to discuss your options for your current insurance needs. Eaton Babin Smith are proud supporters of Tippah County sports. Eaton Babin Smith CPAs and advisors have offices in Ripley, New Albany, and Tupelo. Eaton Babin Smith specializes in small business financial services from bookkeeping and QuickBooks assistance to payroll services and tax filings. They have solutions for almost every small business need. They have vast experience in the preparation of financial statements and in the preparation of all types of tax returns for individuals, small business, nonprofits, estates, and trusts. They also can provide business valuation services. Call them at one of their 3 offices and let them help you with your accounting and tax needs.
Great athletes, great teams, great schools. Good luck from Norris Howell, 107 Dumas Road.
Angel Davis and the staff at Silly Sisters wishes Tippah County football teams a winning season. Go check them out for all your gift and monogramming needs at 1326 City Avenue North in Ripley.
We have everything you need. Food Giant, City Avenue North, Ripley.
Shop Easy Supermarket in Walnut wishes good luck to the Walnut Wildcats, the Collegiate Warriors, the Faulkner Eagles, and the Ripley Tigers this football season.
Both Eagles and Tigers run with the big dogs. Good luck from Big M Diesel Express. Wishing the best to all our students and athletes. Here at Tippah County Hospital, we are more than just a healthcare facility. Your symbol of excellence is here. Tippah County Hospital, Ripley.
Mi Pueblo in Ripley wishes good luck to all of our local teams and athletes this football season. Go see them at 925 City Avenue South in Ripley and check out their new outdoor patio.
Come visit Lois and Kevin at McNeil Agency, 2009 Highway 15 North, Ripley.
First American offers online and mobile banking features to make your banking experience easy and safe. Activate or deactivate your debit card as needed. Attach images to transactions. Set up text alerts to guard against unauthorized spending or to monitor your account balance. Use the P2P feature to safely send money to a friend. We even offer mobile wallet, so you can stay on top of your finances from anywhere. These options and more are available with online or mobile banking. At First American National Bank, you'll get that hometown feel with a high-tech touch.
Mahindra's the official tractor of Tough, right, Chase?
Yep, that's right, Tony.
This baby's got 4,000 pounds of front-end lift capacity, right?
It sure does.
So who's tougher, kid? Me or you?
You are, Tony. Can you put me down now?
What? You want to go higher? Okay.
I said down, you old goat.
I am the goat.
Mahindra, the official tractor of Tough and Stewart Haas Racing.
Come on, Tony, put me down.
Good luck to our teams from Rebel Services LLC, specializing in aviation services. 512-0219. Rebel Services LLC, 5901 Highway 4 West, Ripley.
Ward Engineering, providing engineering and surveying services throughout North Mississippi, proudly supports all Tippah County sports and athletes. Good luck this season from Ward Engineering.
Good luck and do your best. Diesel 311 City Avenue South. Our customers come first at First Franklin Financial. That's not just a slogan, it's the way we do business. Since 1941, we've been helping our friends and neighbors in the Southeast with their financial needs. We offer personal loans, bill consolidation loans, and starter loans. So stop by our office today. We're conveniently located at 1703 City Avenue North, or you can give us a call at 512-5808. Apply online at www.oneffc.com. All loans are subject to our liberal credit policy and limitations, if any. First Franklin Financial.
Henderson Pest Control wishes good luck to all our Tippah County teams and athletes this football season. ADF Automotives wishes good luck to Charlie and the Ripley Tigers.
Accidents are catastrophic, what we consider a catastrophic accident. On a catastrophic injury, you're not going to be able to go back to work in a week. You're going to be out of work. You're going to be going to doctor's appointments. You're going to be trying to get back to normal. That's where we come into play. At Mama Justice, you don't just get a law firm, you get a family. We're going to make sure that we represent you and that you get exactly what the law says that you can get.
Ripley House of Flowers says good luck to Tippah County teams this football season. Go see them for all your floral arrangement needs at 1014 City Avenue North in Ripley.
No matter how young you are, if you have loved ones, you need to think about how they would cope financially if anything happened to you. Trust me, there are benefits to getting life insurance when you're still young and healthy. Modern Woodman can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement.
This is Stephen Eaton in the Belhaven Historic Downtown Corinth. Call me at 287-0113.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
This broadcast of Tippah County Sports is brought to you by Tippah Connect, your home in Tippah County for high-speed internet. Give them a call at 662-587-9055 to get set up with their ultra-high-speed internet today. Ripley Parts Company has been a proud supporter of Tippah County sports for 76 years. Good luck to our local teams and athletes.
Inflation and rising prices keeping you up at night? Ashley Furniture is hiring in Mississippi. We have immediate openings on our manufacturing and warehouse teams, and we want you. Ashley offers great benefits like competitive pay, a steady work schedule, on-the-job training, paid time off, plus medical, dental, vision, 401k, and more. Ready to take the first step into your new career? Apply today at ashley.com/apply now, or visit us at one of our facilities in Ecru, Ripley, Saltillo, or Verona.
Walnut Sporting Goods on Highway 15 in Walnut is your place for all your sporting goods and fishing supply needs. Walnut Sporting Goods owner Tim Watson says, "Go Wildcats."
Welcome back to Walnut High School, 42-0. As you see there, Baldwyn has been nothing but in control tonight so far in the action. Walnut has had trouble keeping their ball on their side of the
coverage of our local sports. You know, coming
on keeping the ball possession-wise. And man, Owen, what does Walnut look to gain in the second half?
I'm, morale boost, momentum. Like we said earlier, you have to find a way to take the. Find a way to take the final score out of the equation. No matter what happens the rest of the game, you got to put the score out of your mind. You got to just try to play the best clean football that you can in the second half. Try to build anything that you can build on for next week, because the division slate, it doesn't stop here. It actually, not just a saying, it only just begins, and you've got East Union on the road next week, which, East Union, like we said, they lost a good bit last year, but that's still a well-coached squad over at East Union, and that's a squad that made North Half last year. So this is a team that has, even if they don't return a lot of experience, they return kids that know what it takes to get to that state of the game, and they know that division play is where it starts. So if you're Walnut, you just have to come out and try to play the best football that you can in the second half. Find something to build on, and work on. Practice makes perfect. Reps are what help you improve as a football team, whether they're in practice or they're in game. Even no matter what the score is, use your reps to get better for next week to make sure that you're prepared to run the rest of that division slate.
Exactly. And, keep injuries to a minimum here, I think, for Walnut. You see a guy get gimped up or something, just go ahead and get him out of the game, and let him take a couple plays off. Get some players in there that may not have in-game experience yet. And against a good team. There's playing against okay teams, but playing experience against good teams only make you better. Am I right, Owen?
No, you're exactly right. It's like when we, when I played basketball at West Union. I will go to the grave saying that our non-division slate was one of the toughest that you'll see any team playing under Coach Henderson. We were a 1A school playing Saltillo, East Webster, playing 3A, North Pontotoc, 4A school, South Pontotoc. We would play those tough teams, and a lot of times it didn't go our way. But it was about the mentality of, if we play these games now, when we play the teams that we have to beat to make our runs, it will pay off. And it did a lot of times. You saw a lot of the times we struggled in a non-division slate, but when we got to division, we were second in our division, third in our division, so making that playoff push. So that's exactly what Walnut can do here tonight. Obviously it's a division game, not how you hoped it will go. But your season by far is not over. It's not.
It's not defined on this one game.
No, it's not defined on this one game. We're not in the postseason yet. So, but what you do have to do from this point, you can't let this game define your season. You have to make sure that you come out with the attitude of, look, put the scoreboard away. Don't look at it the rest of the second half. Just play the best football you can. Let's see what we can do. Why the heck not? Let's see what happens. And prepare yourself to play the best football you can, get better, and go play East Union next week.
Right, and we'll look to see how it will. As of right now, we will have a running clock. That will affect how late the game goes. But, I look for Walnut to come out. Man, just to get on the scoreboard I think would be just great for Walnut here. Just a victory for the Wildcats. Don't you believe that?
Yeah, I would agree. Anytime you can see yourself put points up in a game, especially in the first half where you were stifled offensively, that's big, and we'll see if they can do that. Want to, John, shout out a couple scores from the area.
Go ahead.
At halftime, Pottscamp 22, Myrtle 21. That's the homecoming for the Hawks there in Myrtle. Tupelo leading Oxford 28-0.
Tupelo is back, folks. If you've not heard from them folks in Tupelo, they are legit this year, folks.
Tupelo is very good so far, and stifling Matt Coward. That's a Utah commit at quarterback.
Right.
And that offense for the Chargers has been stifled to this point. At halftime, it was 7-7, New Albany and Pontotoc. A big game there, and that affects the division of Ripley. Which
and go ahead and give us a Ripley score there, too, if you can find one, Owen.
I'm going to do my best to find that as they took on North Pontotoc tonight. Earlier, it was 7-0 at the end of one, and we will see what it is.
And of course, if you haven't listened to us yet tonight, joining us here at the half, we will be in Ripley next week for a big old-fashioned hate rivalry between the Bulldogs of New Albany and the Ripley Tigers. Folks, there's absolutely no love lost between those two teams. And if you have not had a chance to see Ripley play, I invite you to watch them on TV 19, but come out and support these guys. we promote our TV program, but you go out and see these guys, and if you see them in town, hey, give them a pat on the back. Tell them they're doing a great job. Tell them you're proud of them, because it matters to these young men to know that people outside of their coaches and their parents are proud of them.
Ripley is tied 7-7 with North Pontotoc at the half. Also a score of relevance to Walnut, their opponent next week, East Union, leading Belmont 14-0 at the half. So East Union looking like they're starting to right the ship of a struggle in the non-division play to begin the year.
And East Union played a tough non-division schedule.
They did, absolutely. They played New Albany, East Webster, a couple more teams. Boonville played a Boonville squad that we saw gave Ripley everything they wanted and more last week. And played that Boonville squad to the wire.
Yeah,
that is an East Union team. Like we said, they did lose a good bit in the offseason, but that's still a team that has experience all over the field. So Walnut's going to have to be prepared for next week, and like we said, that's why you cannot let this game define the rest of your season. It can't define, it can define this week, because you have to understand the mistakes you made and move on. But after tonight, this game doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah,
your focus turns to the Urchins.
You go in film study, you learn from your mistakes, and then you go on about your business. And while we're waiting, here we're going to hear word one more time from our sponsors. Come back. Last 2 quarters of football here from Walnut High School. TV 19 Sports, your home for Tippah County football and your Walnut Wildcats.
I started out as mayor of Nettleton in my first political job. I understand clearly how important bringing our communities together, sometimes just over a football game, can help make us better as a state and can help make our communities stronger. I hope tonight that your favorite team will win. One of the reasons I've worked hard to bring high-speed internet service to our rural communities is so that you'll be able to sit at home and have coverage of your favorite hometown football team or baseball team straight from the comfort of your chair. One of the reasons that I fought hard for broadband service to get expanded also is to make sure that our rural children, some of whom are going to be playing on the field tonight, have access to world-class education, that our seniors have access to high-quality medical service through telehealth and telemedicine, and that we give our working families in Mississippi a chance to participate in the modern economy. We've got to move Mississippi forward, and we can only do that by bringing our communities together. And like I said, sometimes it's over a football game between rivalries, but when the game's over, we come together. And that's my vision for the state of Mississippi, that we work hard, we play hard, but at the end of the day, we bring people together just like our local sports do. And I appreciate you allowing me to join you tonight on TV 19. Here's the best to your favorite team that'll be playing on the field tonight.
CB&S Bank wishes good luck to Walnut, Faulkner, and Ripley football teams this season. Come see them at 13331 Mississippi 15 in Ripley or at 28171 Mississippi 15 in Walnut. Farrow Ward Ford has been your local source for cars, trucks, and SUVs since 1952. They wish good luck to all our Tippah County teams in the 2022 football season. Stop by and see them in Ripley or call at 662-837-3001. Fiesta Grill sends their best wishes for a great football season for all Tippah County athletes. Check out their buffet and specials every week at 1709 City Avenue North in Ripley.
Since their beginnings in 1935, Ripley Insurance Agency has become a leader in providing quality protection for thousands of individuals and families throughout our region. Their basic belief in providing only the best in coverage and personal service is just one of the many reasons why today, more than ever, people are moving up to the difference of quality insurance protection Ripley Insurance Agency can uniquely provide. At Ripley Insurance, they can assist you with all types of insurance quotes. We take the time to analyze each customer's needs and develop a plan to fit your own specific situation. Give them a call today at 662-837-8874 to discuss your options for your current insurance needs. Eaton Babin Smith are proud supporters of Tippah County sports. Eaton Babin Smith CPAs and advisors have offices in Ripley, New Albany, and Tupelo. Eaton Babin Smith specializes in small business financial services from bookkeeping and QuickBooks assistance to payroll services and tax filings. They have solutions for almost every small business need. They have vast experience in the preparation of financial statements and in the preparation of all types of tax returns for individuals, small business, nonprofits.
We welcome you back on RCTV 19 as Walnut prepares to kick the football off to Baldwyn to begin the second half of play. This will actually be the first time that Walnut has kicked off tonight, as it was all Bearcats in the first half, and we'll see if Walnut can flip the script at all in the second half, as Baldwyn will look to, I'm sure, simply, still impose their will. If you get, and this is one of the things I hate most, when you talk, you see a team on the other side line like Baldwyn that has a big lead, and a lot of people may indicate that you need to just
Coast.
Or, no. I mean, in all honesty, I know we support our Wildcats, but if Baldwyn, for instance, as that kick goes out of bounds, it'll allow Baldwyn to start at 35. If Baldwyn puts their second, third string guys in, it's not helping them to just hand the football off every play the rest of the way.
No.
Let them throw some screen passes. You're not necessarily trying to run up the score, but if you put, it's just the same if Walnut was up 42-0. If your second string is just going in and hand off the football, besides the running back, that's really not helping anybody else. To get those guys reps, you've got to let them run the offense.
Well, that's what you're talking about, reps. You got to have quality reps here. Not quantity, but quality. Where you're getting your blocks right, you're getting your formations right, you're getting your handoffs right. You get, those little things. Yeah, you're down 42-0, but those things coach can brag about you at in film study. Yes, it may be 42-0, but it's 42-0, and you're making good plays.
Mm-hmm. But it doesn't seem like that'll start out the case, as it'll still be Marshall at quarterback as he runs a scramble and first down for about 5. And again, with the score and the new state rule this year, no matter if he goes out of bounds or not, this clock is going to keep running until it's cut under 35. So it'll move to 2nd down and 5.
Armstrong just on a simple little run around the outside there. Looks like Walnut will start in some substitutions. They're going to bring out number 40, going to send in number 33. Number 33 for the Wildcats is going to be Crump. No. Excuse me. My bad. Hold on, I'm trying to get over to the Walnut Wildcats.
Play to the left side. It will be the running back. He is still being twirled by the jersey, and finally he'll go down after a gain of about 2, as that is number 6 on the carry for the Bearcats. Dreeland Watson, I believe the second time we've seen him touch the football tonight. He's a little slow to get up, but he's walking back to the huddle too. That's good to see. Whether you're on either side, you don't want to see a guy go down with an injury at this point. 3rd down and 5. It'll be Baldwyn again trying to pick up their first moving of the chains in the second half. Marshall will be in the shotgun set. 2 wide receivers out to the top of the screen, and it'll be a roll right. Now Marshall will throw for the first down to his man. That is Nelson, who is finally brought down at about the 43.
Cabriano with a tackle there. Good job by Cabriano. And he just sat down in the middle of that Wildcat zone there, and quarterback for Baldwyn just rolls out, hits him.
I said it was Nelson. It was Peyton Stewart, and we've seen that a couple times tonight where, again, they just roll Marshall out in space, wanting to give him plenty of time to throw, not let any pressure get to him. And like you said, just beat the man coverage and sit down in the zone, whichever they may be sitting on defense. As a handoff to Stewart is going to go down the side. They score, and he will. Baldwyn strikes again on the handoff to Caden Stewart. It is a touchdown for the Bearcats.
And just gets the side and shows that speed.
And so we will have another point with the clock running still at about 8 minutes remaining in the third quarter of play. It will be the same kicker as has been all night, McCarver. He's been perfect on the night. Looked like he was going to attempt a field goal earlier, but instead it was a botched field goal that led to a touchdown for Baldwyn. It's just been kind of that night, even when things go right for Baldwyn.
Well, that's what we talked about earlier. Just the ball has bounced the Bearcats' way tonight. We are word from our sponsors. Come back with more from TV 19 Sports here on your Wildcats trail 48-0.
Can provide valuation services. Call them at one of their 3 offices and let them help you with your accounting and tax needs.
Great athletes, great teams, great schools. Good luck from Norris Howell, 107 Dumas Road.
Angel Davis and the staff at Silly Sisters wishes Tippah County football teams a winning season. Go check them out for all your gift and monogramming needs at 1326 City Avenue North in Ripley.
We have everything you need.
49-0. Baldwin gets ready to kick it away yet again, as that one will be a high end-over-end kick and will be received by Austin Watson. He's into the middle of the field to pass the 30-yard line, and the 32 is where he'll be down and where the Wildcats will take over.
Watson not with a bad return. Walnut has not had bad returns, not on the kickoff team. Just that seems to be the limit to where they get to.
Yeah, we talk about a bright side, and special teams out of everything has maybe been the one spot that you look back and you say, all right, well, there's a few miscues here and there, but overall, the return game has been well tonight. It's more been the coverage earlier of a punt return and then allowing the botch play to be a touchdown. But the returns, like you said, have been about the most solid part tonight for Walnut. As it is Jackson under center, hands off to Gray, and Gray into the middle of the field where he'll get to about the 35-yard line for a gain of about 3, and we'll bring up second down as we tick past the halfway point in this third quarter.
Gray, just a little simple handoff behind center guard there. Second down, about 7. Gray does a good job of working his way. Gray going to be close to, about 60 yards rushing tonight, don't you figure?
He's had a couple of good rushes tonight. Like I said, don't know the exact count. Had a couple negative plays, but also had a couple of big plays for about 7-8 yards. So Gray has really been the one thing that the Walnut offense has been able, in small doses, to get to work tonight. And we'll see if that's what Walnut comes back with here on the second down and 7. And this time it'll be a handoff to the big man Clifton, who barrels ahead for about 5. It won't be enough for the first, but it'll bring out third down and short from about the 39-yard line.
Yeah, Clifton gets behind guard and tackle there. Runs up, meets a host of Baldwyn Bearcats at about a 5-yard gain there. So nothing to hold your head down there if you're wanting. And like I said, these are just a little moral victories that you can pick out in film practice. Hey, we did this right. Let's continue to do this right.
You expect Baldwin on third down to really press down against the run, so we'll see if they try to go play action again. They've tried it a couple times, but Jackson has not really been able to get a throw off, so, they've continued to try to roll him right to see if they can't allow him to get one away, but through the pressure, we'll see if he has a chance to do it here on third down and 3, as Baldwin definitely loading up for the run, about 9 in the box. Toss to Gray. Gray will get to the outside, and I don't think he got enough. It's going to be close where they mark it, but I think he's about a half-yard short.
Let's see if they bring out the sticks for an official measurement. It's going to be awful close.
I don't want to be condescending, but to be honest with you, in a 49-0 game, I don't feel like we're going to see the sticks come out.
Well, yeah, no.
But it looks like, regardless, they marked him about a whole yard short. Originally it looked like, John, it looked like you had a good point where it looked like they were going to mark him right at the sticks, but they moved it back about an extra yard. So rather than being 4th and inches, that's a 4th and a true 1.
Yeah, that was a not a favorable spot there for the Wildcats and the officials. There. I'm not gonna say that they backed up on purpose or anything. I do not believe that happened, but it's just a unfavorable spot for the Wildcats there.
Walnut will go on 4th and hand off to Clifton, and Clifton has got enough for the first, and maybe an extra yard as he gets to the 43. So the clock will continue to move, and so will the Walnut offense as they get a first down, their first down of the second half. And so the Walnut offense will reset. Jackson will get the play call yet again as we tick to 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter of play. Baldwyn will get their first win of division play if this continues on, and we will look to see who Baldwin plays next. But you look, and obviously tonight we expected to see Walnut compete near the top of this division. So John, I don't know about you, but seeing Baldwin tonight, they look to be the standard bearers in this division this year.
Yeah, they tend to be. They tend to be the team that everybody looks forward to on their schedule. I wouldn't say definitely look forward to, but they tend to, like you said, just reload every year. They just seem to be those names that you hear over and over and over, and my God, is this kid ever going to graduate? Or, but it's not the case. These are, juniors and seniors, we talk to coaches, they tend to, just reload. And how they do it is beyond me.
Some programs just breed that kind of talent. And Baldwyn is obviously a prestigious program in the small school way of football, as it'll be a handoff up the middle to Gray yet again. Gray gets about 2 yards. Going to bring up about 3rd down and 7 for the Wildcats. So we'll see if they decide to put it in the air. The Wildcats have not done so in the second half.
Yeah, Walnut's been a truly ground and pound team here in the second half. And they are gaining. They're making positive plays. They're gaining 1 or 2 yards of play. Unfortunately, 1 or 2 yards is not first down yardage, but they are positive plays.
No doubt about it. And you, like we said, anything to build on in this third quarter. Just got a score update. Ripley at 5-0, leading North Pontotoc 14-7 in the third quarter. Ripley looking to keep that undefeated season alive. They have been impressive in the other they go, and they got a big one against New Albany next week. Again, we will be there for that on RCTV 19 as it's play action on 3rd down. Throw the slant, and that one nearly intercepted. And
Wow.
Caden Stewart would have been going for 6. That one was tipped off the hands of the intended receiver, and I think Coach Meeks wanted a pass interference call, not going to get it. As like I said, Stewart, it bounced into his chest. He wasn't really expecting to fall into his hands.
It hit the DB on the coverage, and it hit Stewart in the hands.
Yeah, Davenport was the initial man to break it up, and then it popped right into the hands of Stewart. And if Stewart catches that, John, he's still running.
Yeah, he may run all the way to Middleton, Bolivar.
He's running to the Loves over across the field because, there was nobody in front of him. As this one is separated by the play clock to the end of the third, and it looks like Walnut is just all right with taking it to the fourth quarter. As, again, it's been all Baldwyn here on homecoming night for Walnut. We come back for the final 12 minutes of action right here on RCTV 19.
Food Giant, City Avenue North, Ripley.
Shop Easy Supermarket in Walnut wishes good luck to the Walnut Wildcats, the Collegiate Warriors, the Faulkner Eagles, and the Ripley Tigers this football season.
Both Eagles and Tigers run with the big dogs. Good luck from Big M Diesel Express. Wishing the best to all our students and athletes. Here at Tippah County Hospital, we are more than just a healthcare facility. Your symbol of excellence is here. Tippah County Hospital, Ripley.
Mi Pueblo in Ripley wishes good luck to all of our local teams and athletes this football season. Go see them at 925 City Avenue South in Ripley and check out their new outdoor patio.
Come visit Lois and Kevin at McNeil Agency, 2009 Highway 15 North, Ripley.
First American offers online and mobile banking features to make your banking experience easy and safe. Activate or deactivate your debit card as needed. Attach images to transactions. Set up text alerts to guard against unauthorized spending or to monitor your account balance.
Welcome back to Walnut High School. 49-0. 12 minutes ago. This ball game quickly wrapping up here at Walnut High School. Walnut offense, shotgun formation. Drew Jackson back to in the quarterback. Snap going to be back to Jackson. We're going to be low. Jackson back to pass. Has time set up. Goes down sideline. Going to be intended for number 1. Going to be Camarion Gray intended for there on the play. And no good on the play.
Yeah, we haven't really seen them go line up Gray on the outside as a receiver, but that time they do so. And, we will see what Walnut decides to do on this 4th down. And as we do so, we got a couple of scores coming up in just a moment. But, again, let's see when, what Walnut decides to do. And instead, it looks like it does look like we have a flag on the field, and it will be an automatic first down for Walnut. So the chain will move by way of penalty, and that's, a break for Walnut thing at this point.
Yep, and looks like Walnut does get a 15-yard variety penalty there. So, see, I don't know what exactly that was for, but Walnut will take anything right now, I do believe.
1st and 10 from about the Baldwyn 39-yard line. as it will be handoff to Gray, and Gray is going to push ahead for about 8 yards. So Gray, like we said, he's been the one thing on offense that has worked at times tonight for Walnut, and he's got another good gain there on first down. Gray just an impressive back. Really never stops turning his feet.
And, you know, he just, man, and I'm not discondoning the he's just, if Baldwin's not so fast, he's just right there. He's just right there from breaking one to the house. But Baldwin just so fast.
Second down and about 3 for the Wildcats here at home. 10 minutes remaining in the ball game. Again, in that wishbone set. Handoff up the middle to Adams, and Adams will put his shoulder down and plow ahead. And I think he's going to be maybe a yard short of the first line of gain.
About a yard short of the yard to gain. Not just a little counter trap there for the Walnut Wildcats.
So we will see on 3rd and 1 from the 30 what Walnut decides to do. If I had to guess, the Baldwin front seven's going to get a chance to stop Camarion Gray here, but we will see. 3rd and 1, and on the handoff, and I don't think Gray got there, Johnny.
No, it's going to be.
Yeah, he actually lost a yard. So 4th and 2 coming up, and I would fully expect the Wildcats to go for it here.
Yeah, Gray looks maybe a little stiff-legged there, so see if he is hurt or just tight.
Doesn't look like Gray is even thinking about coming out of the game. So, you know, and what else would you expect from Gray? You know, one of the leaders of this offense and of this team, you know. So he will stay on the field to try to help his squad convert what is about a 4th and 4, as this might pose Walnut's last chance tonight to score, and it will be a timeout called by Coach Meeks to talk over this 4th down play. And as they have this timeout, we will take one of our own to hear a word from our sponsors, and right here on RCTV 19.
Safely send money to a friend. We even offer mobile wallet, so you can stay on top of your finances from anywhere. These options and more are available with online or mobile banking. At First American National Bank, you'll get that hometown feel with a high-tech touch.
Mahindra's the official tractor of Tough, right, Chase?
Yep, that's right, Tony.
This baby's got 4,000 pounds of front-end lift capacity, right?
It sure does.
So who's tougher, kid? Me or you?
You are, Tony. Can you put me down now?
What? You want to go higher? Okay.
I said down, you old goat.
I am the goat.
Mahindra, the official tractor of Tough and Stewart Haas Racing.
Come on, Tony, put me down.
Good luck to our teams from Rebel Services LLC, specializing in aviation services. 512-0219. Rebel Services LLC, 5901 Highway 4 West, Ripley.
Ward Engineering, providing engineering and surveying services throughout North Mississippi, proudly supports all Tippah County sports and athletes. Good luck this season from Ward Engineering.
Good luck and do your best. D's Oil, 311 City Avenue South.
Our customers come first at First Franklin Financial. That's not just a slogan, it's the way.
4th down and 4 coming up on RCTV 19. Like we said, maybe Walnut's final chance to score tonight. Roll out, Jackson throws one up, and that one is intercepted by Terrell Robinson. We've called his name a couple times tonight with a touchdown and now an interception. What a play by Robinson to go up and get that one.
You get Terrell just high points the ball, takes it over, and recovers the turnover for the Bearcats.
We were gonna try something we might steal with John over in Kossuth Boonville. We're waiting for the go-ahead on that, but right now it is 14-14 over with Kossuth and Boonville, one of the games of the week in our area. We will see if we can add John in just a minute. Again, just waiting on the go-ahead for that as we tick under 8 minutes to go in this one with Walnut solidly ahead.
Walnut.
What did I say?
You said Walnut.
Oh, wow. That was a bad mix of words. It is Baldwyn who is beating Walnut in this one. It's cold up here, okay?
It is.
I'm going to give myself that excuse. We are at the top of the press box, and it is a cold, nippy one here as DeLon Robinson, he threw a touchdown earlier on the botched field goal, is in now, and it will be Davenport on the run, and that man is still up. 3 4 spin moves will get him across the first down, and he will finally be brought down at about the 35-yard line.
And that's something you see from good teams. They just don't go down at the point of contact. Those yards, those yak yards, those yards after contact.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And it'll be a first down for Baldwyn as the clock continues to move.
Let's go for it.
As this clock continues to tick down, and Robinson gets the play call from the Baldwyn coaching staff to move the offense ahead.
Walnut can get a moral turnover here, get a turnover on downs or interception or fumble recovery.
As we will toss it left now to number 23. That is Ethan Johnson. First time we've called that young man tonight for Baldwyn. Looks like he is going to go down for no gain. C.J. Adams in on the stop for Walnut. So second down and 9. They will give him a yard on the run. As we are now ticking across the halfway mark of this fourth quarter. Adams is coming off the field now. Doesn't look really hurt, but just more a little bit dinged up after that tackle. As it'll be second down and 9. Roll out for Johnson. Johnson still rolling. Finally brought down, and it is a sack for the Wildcats.
Number 7.
That is Mason Wilbanks for really the first big defensive play of the night for Walnut to bring DeLon Johnson down in the backfield. So third down and very, very long now for the Bearcats with 5:25 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Well, you got to give credit there. The young man went back there with a mission. He was a man on a mission. He broke down in front of the defender for Baldwyn, didn't let his jukes get to him, goes back there, tackles him aggressively. And that's something you got to be against athletes. You got to be aggressive.
Wilbanks definitely aggressive in pursuing Johnson there and brings up the longest third down of the night for Baldwyn. 3rd and 24. Play action. Johnson rolling, looking. Will finally throw out for his man, and that one incomplete through the hands of his intended receiver, Jaquan Wallace, 6'2 senior, 155. And first time we called his name, but again, it just seems like every time we call a name, oh, there's a senior, oh, there's a senior, there's a junior, there's a senior. This is just an experienced Baldwyn squad.
Yeah, we talked to the Baldwyn coaches or a staff member, and they were quite senior laden this year. So, you know, Baldwyn looked to lose quite a few players, but again, you know, they just continue to reload, and, you know, they're bringing back so many juniors next year that, you know, I don't believe they'll be hurting.
No, I think you're exactly right. And like we said, this is just a team that always seems to reload. As the punt is could not be received well in the snap, and Walnut has a stop in the backfield. And Walnut has the ball from the 10-yard line with 4 minutes to go with a chance to break this shutout. .353 and ticking down as Drew Jackson will bring the call to the huddle. And this Walnut offense finally got a stop on defense and now looks to punch one in for their first score of the evening. And like we said, obviously you're not going to like how this game's final score is going to go, but any score here would just help at least to give you a little bit of a moral victory heading into next week. Handoff to Clifton to the right side and nothing doing. The Baldwyn defense was ready for it.
Yeah, nothing doing off of that right side, left side of the, right side of the offensive line for the Wildcats.
Second down and 10 coming up. We'll see what the Wildcats decide to do on here on offense with under 3 to go.
Exactly.
And it'll be Jackson under center. Looks, fakes, and a bootleg. Jackson going to rush for the end zone. Can he get there? He will. Touchdown, Wildcats. Great play design. They thought again they were going with Clifton on the right side, but Jackson keeps it on the bootleg and is able to outrun the defensive end for Walnut's first score of the evening to break the shutout.
Again, just a moral victory there for the Wildcats. Get in the end zone. Get that old skunk off of you. The shit out now no longer exists. And it's something the Walnut can I guess hang their hat on, that they were able to score on a very good defense and get Baldwyn off, out of kilter there.
Well, and you may say, well, there's not much of a moral victory in scoring once, and there may not be, but and I know there's nothing more deflated than looking up at the end of a game and seeing that big old fat 0 up there.
Right.
So getting that off the board is just the smallest thing in itself. Jackson under center for a 2-point conversion, and it'll be a throw out to Leak, and Leak, did he get to the line? No, he did not. He comes up short at about the 4th-inch line. I mean, literally the nose of the football away from getting that one in for 2, but it will not work out. We'll go for one final ad break and come back for what will be our final minute and our post-game show on RCTV 19.
We do business. Since 1941, we've been helping our friends and neighbors in the Southeast with their financial needs. We offer personal loans, bill consolidation loans, and starter loans. So stop by our office today. We're conveniently located at 1703 City Avenue North, or you can give us a call at 512-5808. Apply online at www.oneffc.com. All loans are subject to our liberal credit policy and limitations, if any. First Franklin Financial.
Henderson Pest Control wishes good luck to all our Tippah County teams and athletes this football season. ADF Automotives wishes good luck to Charlie and the Ripley Tigers.
Accidents are catastrophic, what we consider a catastrophic accident. On a catastrophic injury, you're not going to be able to go back to work in a week. You're going to be out of work. You're going to be going to doctor's appointments. You're going to be trying to get.
We bring you back here on RCTV 19 for what may just be a kickoff and the end of the game, as the ball's still loose, and I think Walnut got on the football. So let's see if they rush the offense out with 10 seconds remaining. I don't know if they will. Or maybe they call a timeout for one final play. Let's see what they decide to do. It does not look that way. It looks like we're just going to let this clock tick down to 0 and just have the onside kick recovered to be the end of the game. So the final score is 49-6.
Which means the final total is...
It would be 55 points. Well, I said 55 earlier.
There you go.
Woo-hoo! Yes, sir. I don't win the cash, but I mean, unless the lovely bosses at RCTV 19 want to give me that cash, I did in fact say 55 earlier. I will hang my hat on that. That is a moral victory for me tonight. Again, here it is 49-6 final score. Baldwyn just jumped out ahead early and did not let up against Walnut. As we look ahead for both these teams, Walnut goes on the road to East Union, and it will be Baldwyn that has Myrtle next week, who was in a division matchup with Potts Camp. So, John, let me ask you, like we said, East Union, this is a squad that lost some veterans last year, but it is a squad that just went to North Half, so they have some depth. What do you think Walnut needs to do to go on the road and get a much-needed division win next week?
Man, they got to forget about this week. Like you said so many times, they got to forget about it this week. And they got to go in the film room, and they got to go in the locker room, get their heads on, and say, hey, look, it's okay. We played a great ball team tonight. It's, sure, losing's losing, and you hate to lose, but it's just something they're just going to move past. Man, we're going to hear a word from our sponsors. Come back for our TV 19 post-game show. Be right back in about 5 minutes. Come back, we'll hear, and we'll have our few minutes post-game show.
Normal. That's where we come into play. At Mama Justice, you don't just get a law firm, you get a family. We're going to make sure that we represent you and that you get exactly what the law says that you can get.
Ripley House of Flowers says good luck to Tippah County teams this football season. Go see them for all your floral arrangement needs at 1014 City Avenue North in Ripley.
No matter how young you are, if you have loved ones, you need to think about how they would cope financially if anything happened to you. Trust me, there are benefits to getting life insurance when you're still young and healthy. Modern Woodman can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement.
This is Stephen Eaton in the Belhaven historic downtown Corinth. Call me at 287-0113.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
This broadcast of Tippah County Sports is brought to you by Tippah Connect.
RCTV welcomes you back here Again, 49-6 our final score with Baldwyn beating Walnut. You know, we talked about Walnut's next week before we went to commercial, John, and now we look ahead to next week. Our games, Pontotoc leading New Albany 10-7, and Ripley leading North Pontotoc 21-7. So it looks like Ripley, undefeated season, might survive yet another week in a tough contest in North Pontotoc. But we are back at Ripley next week for the Tigers facing off against the Bulldogs in New Albany. That's going to be a big one. That's a rivalry, you know, that got a lot of intrigue in the area last year. Ripley pulled off what, at the time, people thought was an upset over New Albany. Obviously, it turned out that Ripley was one of the better teams in that division, but at the time seemed like an upset. Those fan bases were fired up, and I would expect it to be the same way next week.
Yeah. New Albany comes in, you know, I don't know what the final score will be of that game. Ripley comes in 5-0, man. You know, that crowd at Ripley's going to be fierce, going to be tough. Man, Ripley's going to come in fired up, ready to play a good New Albany team. Man, and I know it's going to be a great game at Ripley. Can't wait to see the Tigers again, man. It's been almost like a month since we've seen the Tigers play. Can't wait to see the Tigers, the band, and you know, all the pomp and circumstances of the Ripley New Albany game. And if folks, if you don't know about the Ripley New Albany game, man, that's a game. That's almost Mississippi State, Ole Miss hatred. Yeah. It really is. You hate to say that, but if those people, they don't like each other. And it goes back a long time. My father-in-law played, and he tells me stories of back in the 70s and 80s of great games. Man, you hear names like Miller, and you hear names from New Albany that I don't know, but you hear those names. Who's the name that comes out of this game? Who's the person that comes out of this game and says, hey, I'm going to be the next, the greatest? You know, and so, man, I'm looking forward to some next week for football.
Absolutely. Like you said, it's a rivalry that is separated by only 20 short miles between Highway 15 as Ripley and New Albany take on each other next week in a big division matchup. Make sure you don't miss it. We'll have that on RCTV 19. But we will wrap it up from here. John, any final comments?
Man, just don't forget, if you come in at 55 points, be looking for your name to be drawn for that cash. You'll get $55.
You have to compete with me, but
yeah,
you know.
No. We did predict 55, but it was a different 55. I will give it to you that. But you know what? Hey, man, John Ross for TV 19, for Owen, myself, John, for Joey, for all of our crew, man. Thank you for tuning in to us. Good night, and God bless. From your home for Tippah.